When last we had left off, you guys had found a dog, or had been found by a dog while you were camping. Great flaming purple dog that some of you immediately wanted to tame and take home and call your own. But it turned out to have an owner of its own in the shape of a small gnome that you guys had actually met in town previously. Having returned the dog to the gnome, it ran off because, well, it's a dog. Ran off into the woods, nearly got eaten by a giant creature living in the dirt, but you guys managed to fight it down and recover the little artifact that the dog was basically summoned out of as a figurine of wondrous power. Gesundheit. Hashtag DiceCon. And then you guys headed back to town. You ended up with some neat little loot bits that I forgot to print off, but you got them. And I can't quite remember who ended up with what, but did you guys mark them on your character sheets?
I think the gloves of thievery went to Akiko.
Okay.
I think the great sword.
+4 great sword, I think it was?
Well, my notes say +1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that sounds right? Okay.
Did you get the Ring of Warps, Quill?
Okay, yeah, that's what
Did
it
you?
is. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the most recent item on there, so.
Okay, and then the gnome took the
Recorder.
Mandore, the magic flute,
Yep.
and I think they
And
What
the
happened-
Cloak of Elvenkind, they kept.
They
as
kept that
well.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
excellent.
Mhm.
But now you guys have headed back into town. You were at the inn. You got cleaned up. You didn't. Let's see, what else should we do? We sent off a message to the other inn to try and figure out where the location of this Felito
Felito.
character is. And the messenger had come back, Marco, and he said that he wasn't there that night, but he did leave the message with the head lady over there.
Mhm.
And I think you guys kind of packed up and went to bed.
Yep.
Yeah. That's very true.
You good, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just listening.
So, next morning, bright and early, you guys wake up, head downstairs to the inn. What is your plan?
Well, I guess we all get a seat somewhere.
Yeah, after morning exercise.
Out in the courtyard.
The usual.
Okay, in the rain. Very nice.
Water glistening.
Off of her flexing biceps. So, Marley will come around and she makes sure that everybody has their drinks, and that this morning it's most likely either water or milk. There's some pastries and then some sausages, hash browns. The hash browns are pretty good. They got some cheese melted in there, some onions. It's good stuff. But it's relatively early. They don't usually end up with a lot of customers in the morning unless there are people staying over. And over the last few days that you guys have stayed here, you've noticed that the Dragonborn party tend to be late risers, as it is. They'll usually come down as you guys are heading out for the day.
Well,
Who's got the gold box?
the
The cube.
cube. I believe I do right now.
Oh, okay. I was
They
gonna
got
say,
handed to me.
It might have been you.
No.
Okay.
Apparently,
For a while.
No.
apparently Raphael has it after. I forget what happened. There was something weird that happened.
Yeah.
That you were like, you're just taking.
This is evil, here you go.
Yeah.
This is a box, I don't know, it's not mine. Souls, here you go.
Should we check to see if it responded to our note?
Yeah. And then what? He's a painter who lives in town.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Maybe a couple of the local galleries would know. If he didn't respond, maybe they might know where. There's that other inn. That.
Yeah, because we sent a messenger there last night. And then I could always try and check the city registrar again.
And we can go do something. Gee, we were pretty successful last time. For the most part, I believe so.
I think last time you guys bullied a sandwich girl into crying, and so that's one way to look at a success. But as you guys are sitting there eating your breakfast in the super quiet inn that's not playing sounds like it should be.
There we go.
Figures. There's actually someone comes in through the door. And it's a boy he's probably a couple years older than Marco, but he has the same coloring as most of the locals. He's got like tan skin, he's got sleeves rolled up, and he's got kind of like a half cloak pulled over him. The hood is up and he just kind of flips it back, and he's actually got longer hair that's pulled back into almost like a side braid, almost Anakin style. And he's kind of looks around and then he comes up to his table and says, "Hello, are you the people that are looking for Felito?"
We are.
Well, my name is Favreau. I work at the other inn, the Gleaming Lily. My shift starts pretty soon, but I received Marco's message when he came by yesterday, and I think that there might actually be something wrong with Felito. He was supposed to come to the inn last night for a meeting with a businessman that he'd been really looking forward to for most of the week, but he didn't show, and the businessman was fairly angry about it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too
Do you know where Felito lives?
I do. I went to his place this morning, but I didn't get an answer at the door. Sometimes he needs help getting home.
Well, believe me, we don't mean him any ill will. So if you could let us know where he lives, we can
Sure.
check it out. And if something untoward has happened, we can hopefully either try and figure it out and let the authorities know.
Well, and that's what I thought about was you sent a letter. I mean, most people that mean ill will wouldn't have sent a letter saying, "Hello, we're looking for you,"
Yeah.
and then just leave it with the busboy. But I can walk you part of the way there, but he basically lives down on the Bay Road, which is a road that of course goes down closer to the dock area. Not exactly a high class living place. There's a lot of fights and a lot of drinking and cruising sailors, nothing personal. So it's not exactly good real estate, even with
That's a
the.
little bit personal.
There's no sailors here.
Sure. Hey, sailor. But he has basically like an upper loft down by the bay. I could take you part way there, but I do need to get back to where I just wanted to.
If you could describe the place, or if there's a street number or anything.
There's a repair shop that's near there. Basically, if you go down to the Bay Road and you want to look for the Scaled Net, it's a shop that fixes nets and sells nets. I think that's a play on the owner. She's a dragonborn, so
Whatever.
Those
Or it
dragons
could be
live
fish
on the
scales too.
it could be. Yeah, sure.
Why not
I mean, everything smells like fish down there. But the shop is in the lower part, and the upstairs is
Oh,
basically
so it
like
lives
his loft.
Stairs at the repair shop itself. That makes it easy.
Yeah, it does.
There's a staircase that goes around the backside, but the stairs are a little rickety.
Are the stairs
Watch
in the back his main entrance?
Usually, yeah. You can get to the shop from that side, but that's the doorway that I used when we took him home when he drank too much.
All right.
We appreciate the info.
Yeah,
we
I
appreciate
mean,
you coming and letting us know.
well, he tips pretty well. So hopefully everything turns out okay.
He's like, I understand. Slipping a gold coin.
Very much. Take that. But I mean, you know where to find me. If you could let me know if anything happened to him.
So are we ready to head out now?
Or do you still
Might
need
as
to
well.
Yeah.
work out? Or we're good?
I'm assuming I've already done that.
You already get worked out and we've already eaten and stuff.
Oh, I
We
would
already
think
had our
so.
food.
That's just more of Quill making fun of you.
Fine, just be there, really. Alright, let's see. I need everybody to make perception checks.
That'll be me.
That's a good way to start the night off. Let's just get that natural one.
19.
What's that?
19.
Okay. Quill?
5.
12.
20.
So you guys are like packing up and getting ready to go, and Flito just like, or not Flito, Fab, just kind of like
That's quick.
Yeah, it was.
takes some of your guys' leftovers and kind of bundles them up and sticks them in his pouch.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
It's, so it's right out here.
So right before he goes, I'm like grabbing by the shoulder and be like, I want you to have a good day.
Thank you.
I don't be
Tiny
intimidated.
woman.
She just has a strong grip.
Very, very strong. Ow. He like checks his cloak for holes.
Maybe some bruising.
Yeah.
That'll come later. It'll show up later. Is what I
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. Okay. But he leads you guys through town. Eventually the road will split and he kind of heads off towards the Gleaming Lily, which is where he works.
Mm-hmm.
And he points you guys. Go down towards the bay. If you can't find it, kick a couple sailors and ask them where it's at. And there's usually at least a couple people asleep in the street, so. But good luck.
Thank you. Well,
Bye. He just goes.
Why?
Why what?
Never mind.
I wished him a good day. I don't understand what the problem with that is. Did you not like the boy?
Well, it wasn't that. I don't think you realize how intimidating your presence is.
well, she meant to be intimidating
Why?
because you grabbed leftovers. Like that's
That makes a little more
took
sense
stuff
now.
from us without asking.
Oh, I wasn't
We weren't
paying
gonna eat it
attention.
anyway, but you know.
He's usually more sneaky than that. But you roll a 1.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do for that. Even Quill with a 5 got it, so it's like,
So yeah, you saw it. But
Yeah, Akiko grew up stealing food from people, so I'm not super worried about that.
It's harder to steal sushi than bread, though. It's all sticky. Gets the lint all up in it.
that's why you always carry a bento box with you.
There you go. Be prepared.
Meanwhile,
So you guys make your way towards the Bay Road?
Yes.
Not.
just
Maybe
missed
not.
the stable
Um,
Minette.
Most of the shops down here are closed. There's a lot of people moving about and working, basically getting the ships ready to, like, a lot of the ships have already taken off, but you've got some merchant vessels that are basically loading up and getting ready to catch the next favorable tide to head out. The shops, like I said, aren't really necessarily open yet, but you do see the sign for the scaled net.
Well,
Should we let the owner know what we're doing, or just kind of make our way up?
well, just because he's above the scale, that doesn't mean that the person who runs it owns it. Are there any windows facing the street up top in the upstairs area?
So basically, as you're looking down this row of this row of buildings here, you've got the water's edge with the dock, and then it goes out. It's got the longer docks that the ships basically tie up to. But this whole area is kind of like the boardwalk downtown, where it's all wood, downtown Olympia to specify. And it's got the building that runs along it, and it's basically, it looks like it's one long building that's broken up into different shops, kind of thing. The around back is basically an alleyway that goes between that building and the next one, and each of the shops has basically like a little bay window with the door, and then there's a couple of windows upstairs that face out towards the water, towards the light. A couple of them have bigger windows in the upper floors though.
So the ones for what we presume is his abode, are there like curtains drawn? Can we see in at all anything from down here?
Not-
Not thinking much, but just in case.
Not from this angle, basically, as you're looking up into a second story. You do note though that the upper floor of this particular one is done almost like a greenhouse style, where the whole, basically the front and then part of the top is just plates of glass, where it goes up, and instead of being a wall with windows, it's a window wall.
Okay.
English. But it's a very well lit room. You can see some shapes up in the room, like against basically the far wall. You can see that there's squares on the wall, and you would assume maybe that's art that's hanging up in there. And there is what looks like might be either a coat rack or an easel close to the window.
Okay. So if there's nothing particularly suspicious up front, I guess we'll take the alley around back and go to the back stairs.
Okay. So you make your way around to the back alley, and it's pretty gross back here. There's a couple of different sewage grates that are just open, like they're not even covered at this point, they're just open. And with all the rainwater that's been coming down, there's a lot of the trash that's been stored here is kind of sloped down into it, so it's all kind of backed up, and it's very squelchy, gross going back there. When you get to the stairs, there's like a short, very steep flight of stairs up the back of each building unit kind of thing. The ones that are on the back of this one are pretty well, you're really not sure they're gonna take everybody's weight at once. They're very, very rickety. But they do lead up to a back door.
Well, we'll head up first.
Okay.
I will knock on the door.
Okay, give me a perception check.
9.
9.
Mhm.
It's not a very solid door. You knock on it, it feels like an interior door rather than an exterior door, you know what I mean? But there's no response, you don't hear anything.
I try the handle. Is
Okay.
it unlocked?
It doesn't, I'm trying to figure out what kind of latch it would be. When you go to like shake it rattles in spot, but it doesn't open.
Okay. I walk back down the stairs. Like, I don't know if he's in there or not. I knocked, I didn't hear anything. I tried the door, it's definitely locked.
Got this. Up the stairs.
Okay, perception check.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Very nice. It's like an interior door rather than an exterior door. But you also notice that there are holes in the door itself, right about eye height. And they're not holes that go all the way through, but it more looks like someone took a dagger and stabbed it into the door. They're not,
So somebody left a note.
yeah, they're not wiggled back and forth. It's literally just holes. And there's older ones and relatively new ones. The most recent one, like, the wood is still pale where it's basically been cut into right there. But there's also old ones that the weather is weathered away at the inside of it too.
I'm going to unlock the door.
Okay, give me a locked picking
Thieves'
tool.
tools.
Thank you. Well, thieves' tools check.
With dexterity?
18.
18. Okay, so it's basically it's a slide bolt that's on the inside, but you go through where the door thing is and you spin a little thing and you make it slide back the other way. And there's a kind of a rattle, and then the door.
Alright, I guess
Come on up.
one at a time, because these stairs don't look so hot.
I'll go ahead and step inside now.
I have to step up next, just because.
I'm gonna stay on the street and keep a lookout, see if anybody's watching us go in.
Okay, give me a perception check.
9.
9. You don't see anybody, like, it's not like there's somebody leaning up against the alleyway like this, but you're keeping watch. People are kind of passing by the alleyway. Nobody really comes into it, it's gross.
Yeah.
But you've got your eye out for it. The first thing that strikes you when you come into the building is the overwhelming smell of paint. Basically that kind of dry, tacky.
Oils or acrylics?
Acrylics, or like the equivalent thereof, basically. It's the whole place kind of smells like tanned hides and paint.
Okay.
Kind of thing. There's a couple of plants in here. They don't look like they've been watered in a really long time. They're sad. Just bullshit because it's pouring rain outside, but they're inside.
I would basically just kind of just do like a quick, is it like just a big open loft area, or is it like broken up into rooms?
Kind of. So when you walk in the front door, off to the left, there's basically there's a bed in the corner. And then there's a countertop along part of the wall there that has, it's clearly a food preparation space, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of cooking going on in this place. There's a small little wood stove, the kind that you could put like a pot on. And then from there, on the other side of the counter, there's a doorway that's closed. And then it goes out into this big open area where that glass window is. And this whole space is filled with light. Like there's just light everywhere. There's no curtains at all. And it's a decent view of the water. You can see boats and things like that. It's not like, ooh, great, I can see the ocean. It's more like, ooh, I can see boats kind of view. And the far side wall is basically covered in, like there's paintings up on the walls, but there's also paintings stacked up against the bottom of the wall. There's a bookshelf that has like has some books on it, but it's mostly being held, like it's got plants and things on it. And then next to that, there's a small desk with papers all over it. The whole space is probably the size of that living room. If you imagine the living room over there, like a 20 by 30 room or whatever it is, 20 by 20, with one wall all completely glass facing outside.
I'll go stand next to that other door that you were talking about and
Okay.
wait for the rest of these kids to come up.
Okay.
Once he's at the top of the stairs, then I'll go on the stairs and make my way up.
Okay. You kind of like you got your claws out a little bit, just trying to make sure that you got your traction
Just in
getting up there,
case.
just in case. And you'll land on your feet, but
Mohawking just a little bit.
Not quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Not until someone spooks me.
Walking along, shaking your feet.
because it's gross. Yeah.
I'm stretching. It's fine.
So you gonna wait downstairs? Or you gonna go upstairs?
I want to wait downstairs.
Okay.
Alright. So I get up here, and you didn't say there was any sign of a bed, right?
There's a bed off to the left.
there is a
Basically,
bed.
once you come
Okay.
in the doorway, it's in the corner.
Okay. Did you hear or see anything when you came in?
No.
No.
That's pretty much how it was. I kind of point to the door there. I haven't been in there yet, but
Okay.
figured that you guys come in and check things first.
Well, since he
Should
stays
he
down
wait till
to
the
keep an eye
street?
on things.
Oh, it's probably a good idea.
Well, if it's not obvious he's in here, let's check the door before we do a search of the place and see if we can figure out what happened.
Right.
Go for it. There's a white claw
There's
in there. Okay,
still
there's a
one
white
there.
claw in the fridge. There's other stuff in the fridge. Pickle juice. So give me a perception check on the door.
Okay. 8.
The door is latched.
Okay. It's like a lock.
No, this one is more like a prong on the wall with a bar that slides into it.
Oh, so it's latched from outside, not the inside.
No, it's latched on this side.
Yeah, the outside, not the inside.
Okay. You're looking at the door, you can see the lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Well, if he's in there, someone locked him in.
Well, unlatch it.
Okay.
Push the door open.
You can't. The door is latched.
I said I unlatched it.
So, as you unlatch this door, and you go to open it, you feel a resistance on the other side. So, this is kind of like, no, give fucking shit. Give me an intelligence check.
6.
6. You're not quite sure why the door isn't opening. You unlatched it.
Yep. I bash it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
That's 14.
14. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna say the door has 20 hit points. Does that sound about right for a door?
I am not raging. Because that would just be silly.
So he unlatched the door. The door didn't open because, well, he unlatched it
For reasons.
for reasons. And then he just smashed
16. I did 16 with the first one.
it. Okay, so the hinges are still there, but there's a massive chunk of the door missing where you've basically just blown your Tetsubo through it. And you hear a shriek from downstairs. But as you look basically through this opening, you can see that there was a latch on the other side. Basically, it was latched from both sides on this door.
Okay.
And you have smashed the fuck out of it. And you can look in it, and it's just this tiny little dark hallway that goes straight down.
I think there's a secret door here. Reach in and out.
How much of a secret now?
I think that leads to the shop.
Meanwhile, they can search the upstairs while I go on a wild goose chase down to the shop.
You don't hardly make it to the bottom of the stairs before there's this tiny, green, angry woman at the bottom of the stairs. And by tiny and green, I mean she's probably 2 feet tall. She is a kobold, and she has wings, and she is a dagger, and she is old. Like, crunched up, white marks on her scales, old. And she is shrieking at you in Draconic.
I shriek back at her in Kyotomese.
Okay. She's going off and she's shrieking, she's swinging the dagger at you, and she's You don't understand any of it because it's all hisses and growls and grunts. Any of you guys speak Draconic?
No.
Okay, so she is basically telling him the fuck off for ruining her door. Where is Felito? All of a sudden, he's just having all these mad parties upstairs, and now these people are coming downstairs, and damn it, there's a rule that the door stays locked both ways. What the hell is he thinking? And it's early. It's time to close things up, or he's going to get evicted, and you're not even Felito! Very angry.
I am gonna walk downstairs
That's good. Quill's laughing.
and let's see. Let me handle this, Akiko. I can understand her.
You can understand me. I can understand you. I can't understand you though.
I'm gonna say
She kind of like ruffles her wings a little bit.
sorry for my friend here. Toledo kind of had some hard alcohol going, and it's been a little rough on us.
I've never had problems with the door before. It's always locked on both sides.
Well, there was drinking games involved, and someone was like, I bet I can smash the door, and the other person was like, no, I bet you can't, and they wagered on it.
We never had problems like this when it was just Linnea living up there, but now it's Linnea and Felito, and then poor Linnea's gone, so it's just Felito, and we're stuck with this guy. Are you going to fix the door?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out 5 gold,
Oh,
and
She's interested.
like this will more than cover the repair of the door, plus some extra for the inconvenience.
oh, so you have manners. Excellent. Do you need any nets, sir?
Not currently, but I will keep you in mind if I
You
do.
do that, I'll give you a great deal. She
So-
takes the money.
He's not really been forthcoming with this. Linnea was his
I don't know.
what?
Girlfriend, fiance, they were madly in love. It was a summer romance.
This was her place? Do you
Linnea lived here for a few years. Her and her sister, and then her sister moved out. But this is where she lived.
what happened to Linnea?
Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more.
And then, well, she died. I don't know. She just got really, really sick. She died overnight. I think it was. One day she was fine. She was out working with the plants in the garden and, well, the garden boxes, rather. But then she woke up dead the next morning. She didn't wake up. No. She was dead the next morning.
How long ago was this?
Let's see, would have been right after the summer flame holiday, so probably 6 weeks, month and a half.
So, we find him, we kill him.
Oh! Who's killing who? No killing, not in my shop. Not upstairs, no drinking games. None of that. Dagger's still out. No. This dagger is like an old dagger that has been sharpened too many times, so it's like sharp
And thin.
and thin. Kill a bitch and give you tetanus. Give me a perception check, Chuldaiku.
6.
6. Okay.
Do I get advantage because I've been studying the alleyway? But I would know if somebody like shifty comes through.
You notice that somebody lingers at the edge of the alleyway
Mm-hmm.
and then passes on, but they kind of like looked down the alleyway, saw you there, and then were like, maybe not. I kept going.
And you're the thug in the alleyway right now.
In the bright red armor from another land. So there will be no killing.
There
Won't allow it. Not under my roof.
won't be any killing under your roof.
Better not.
Does Felito have any debts to anyone that you know of?
He's new to town. I wouldn't know if he's had a chance to build up any kind of debts like that, but he was running from something when he came here.
Okay.
A lot of people that come on boats are though, so that's understandable. But I don't talk to him much. He pays his rent on time, that's really all that matters. He's not the quietest patron, but he keeps weird hours.
Did you hear anything weird from his place in the past couple of days?
Probably more drinking games. It was... No, it wasn't last night. No, it wasn't last night. It was the night before last. Had to have been the night before last. It was the night before last. There was other people up there, and I heard a bit of a ruckus, but they quieted it down. And when I went and knocked on the door, no one answered, so I figured they must have left for the evening. Which is fine. You should take your drinking games elsewhere instead of having it in people's houses. Especially above my shop. What if I had customers?
Well, we will do that. We will go and grab our things and we'll be out shortly.
Excellent. You bring your coin back anytime.
Alright.
Lean over towards you. She owns the place?
It looks like she owns the shop and the place upstairs because he rents from her.
Oh, I'm bound. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Apology accepted. Now I'm going back to my breakfast.
Alright.
She flaps her wings a little bit, shuffles them back down, goes back over to, just basically goes back into her shop area, disappears amongst all the nets and everything.
Alright.
There are so many creatures around here that I just do not recognize.
Well, they're not usually found much in cities. Let's head back up and see if we can find out what happened to them.
So while they've been doing that, I rolled a 13 on investigation. I wanted to look at his paintings he has and see if maybe he suddenly got really good at painting.
Okay. He does, the paintings that are on the wall, there's 4 of them, and they're all very dark themed paintings. The painting that you guys have seen before of this guy was at the end, and it was basically the view of the port as you come in at night, and it was a very good way of working the light. Basically, it looked like little lights were glowing on the painting from the way that he did the little glowy effect. He did a very good job with it. There is no light in these particular pictures. They are looking out at the bay at night with the dark blue ocean with the masts standing out in black against them in a relief. And there's a picture of like a forest, and you can see that there's an outline of the mountain in the background, and they're all really well done. Like you can recognize the peak of this mountain this is an actual mountain nearby. It's kind of like if you saw a painting of Mount Rainier, you could recognize that from St. Helens.
Right.
But they're all really good, but they're all very dark. And if you flip through the stacks of paintings that he has against the walls, there's definitely a shift in tone. It went from being pretty good stuff that dabbled in everything from landscapes. There's a few portraits of a woman in there, more cityscapes with the lights in it. But basically, the further back that you go, it's the back half of the stack is basically these very colorful, bright paintings, and then the front half of the stack is more these really dark toned, dreary kind of pieces. But the style doesn't seem to change very much. You would say that, give me a intelligence check. What would it be to discern artsiness?
Charisma?
Charisma?
I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
I want to go with, yeah, let's go with that.
I want the same thing. Just general charisma?
Yeah,
It's gonna be 12.
12. Maybe the brushstrokes are finer. But overall the craftsmanship isn't bad. In any of the pictures. Like he's a decent artist. He's not working with the best materials, like the highest quality paints or anything like that, but it's not bad.
I know I'm not there, but to add on to that, to get to his point, to clarify, it didn't look like painting ability was like his deal.
Yeah, that is what I was essentially looking for.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like that unless for some reason it went from I want to paint bright, cheerful things to I want to paint sad, dark things.
Yeah, that's kind of what I gathered. All right.
So I guess we're back upstairs.
Okay. So basically, if you flip through those paintings and you saw those, and you can hear them coming up the stairs behind you. One of the paintings that you find though is of, you would guess, almost like a mausoleum kind of picture, where it's a woman, and she's laid back, hands over her chest, and she's very clearly not alive anymore, and it's probably the last of the bright paintings. Basically, it's her skin is super bright. There's like a sparkle on the earrings that she's wearing that it's reminiscent of his previous style, basically.
Would I have heard their conversation at all, just being in the room?
You probably heard them talking, but I would say not necessarily between the loudness of what's going on outside of people basically loading up their ships for the day, that it kind of got lost in the background.
Okay, yeah. Alright, no problem.
You guys come back up the stairs. These are much nicer stairs than the ones out the back side of the house.
Yeah. Alright. Quill, did you find anything up here while we're downstairs?
Nothing too exciting. His paintings do have a noticeable change. Not in quality necessarily, but look, and I'll start flipping to some of those older ones. I was like, look at how bright these are. There's lots of color here.
Did he write dates on the paintings?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I guess artists would do that. Yeah. So basically on the back side, on the front side, it's got his signature and everything, but on the back side of the canvas's stretched frame, it'll have his name neatly typed out, written out with the date.
So, on the section where it switches, is it roughly 6 weeks ago?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
5-6 weeks ago. There's the paintings are fairly consistent. Like you've got these ones that are stretched on canvases, but there's also rolled up canvases that are stored next to them.
Mm-hmm.
There looks to be about a week-long period where he wasn't doing any at all, and then they, date-wise, started matching back up again.
Okay. Well, we found out that his love got sick and died suddenly about 6 weeks ago, and it looks like
Killed
that.
her.
Yeah, I was about to flip to
It
that
looks
one.
like that matches up. So this is what she looks like.
Well, that would definitely explain the tone change. He probably felt the light of his life was gone, as you can see, and I'll continue just throwing his
Listen
just
to her.
Does the, well, this doesn't seem like the kind of change that would show up if he willfully did it anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe he was like this the entire time and the rest of it was just an act.
Two of you should give me intelligence checks.
Men are like that.
Straight intelligence.
You want his
nothing else.
hiss?
Yeah, natural 20.
Very nice.
5 total.
Right. Okay, so you pointed out the dates, and so now he's kind of looking at them, going, well, what about the dates? The paintings, the brighter colored paintings, you would say average between 4 to 7 days apart from when they were signed for the date. The darker paintings, they're about the same quality, but they do seem to be coming out much faster. These are only a day or two apart. There's a lot of these dark paintings. And as you're going through the rolled up ones that aren't necessarily on canvas, there's a lot of frames. Is that what it's?
Yeah, because you
frames?
paint on the canvas itself. Like the
But then
canvas.
you
Right.
over a frame, right?
Right.
Yes.
And frame it, okay.
That's right.
So the ones that are not currently framed, they seem to be stored in like collections, basically. There's a couple, there's about a half dozen that look like a person, what you would say is probably someone's interpretation of hell. It's a tortured person. It doesn't say like delineate male or female, but as a tortured soul of some sort in this dark area. And there's the only light in these pictures is basically flames, and even those are kind of dim. There's people. There's another set of people that feel that look trapped, basically either in cages or there's caves or underwater things, and they're shackled down, that kind of thing. But it's that dark tone, and the dates line up to the after rather than the before.
Okay. I think this man did a really good job at expressing his inner pain,
Well,
especially after this incident.
is there anything? So the inside of here, does it look like there was a fight?
Not really. There's not a lot of furniture here other than basically the easel and the chair. There's the desk with a chair there. The chair is pulled out and the bed isn't made, but the guy was living alone who makes their bed. Let's be real. The desk is kind of, it's messy. It's not I work here daily and I need to keep it organized so I can stay sane. It's very much this is near the door and things go on it.
I searched the stuff on the desk.
Sweetly. Give me a perception check.
Investigation.
Investigation, yeah. Thank you.
Let's see. I don't have any ranks in that, so 14.
14, okay. There is, the thing that stands out to you the most is that there's a stack of letters. They're basically like tossed on there. It's not a neat stack, it's a pile.
Do they have little holes in them?
They do, right at the top, basically parallel to it, where they were stuck into the door. And on the outside of the letter, there's a couple of them that say Leanne on them. And then there's a couple that say Felito Monti, basically his whole name. It's not just his first name, it's his whole name.
Right.
And they are all sealed with the same steel. And that is a kind of a crudely drawn, like they take the wax stamp when it's a carved thing and they stamp it into something with wax and that leaves the imprint. There's a relief of an anchor with bubbles around it. These letters aren't opened.
I'll open whatever the latest.
The top of the
whatever
pile,
one's on
basically.
top. Yeah.
And you pop it open, and it's a really short letter. It's just a single like half sheet of paper, like somebody didn't even want to use a whole piece of parchment for this. And it just says, "I'm tired of waiting. We're coming for you tonight."
Hand it to you.
Huh. Hey, I think we kind of know what happened to him, and then I'll pass it off to you.
Does the wax seal look familiar?
It's not one that you recognize. Given the style of it, though, you would guess that it's not from a high-class maker. basically, not very well
Yeah.
crafted.
Take one of them, go downstairs to the tiny dragon person. Be like, do you recognize this?
That? Let's see. She got a natural 20. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't mess with her. That whole lot of them is a dangerous group.
What are they called?
Was every town has a dark side, and that's our dark side.
Do they have a name that they go by?
That's the Sinker's Mark. Give me an insight check.
So 9.
No, okay. So she does the Sinker's Mark. Yeah, it's the big bad around here, if you will.
Good.
Has a tendency to, well, if rumor holds, has a tendency to drop people off of piers, weighted down, and, well, you don't go into the sewers and come back if you're not on her good side.
Wow. Tell you one thing, I refuse to sink. I go back upstairs.
I'm gonna give you one of my white girl stickers for that. Put it right on your binder.
Sink or swim. Alright.
I will relay this information to these two. Come on, be good. So
14. 14.
Thieves skill.
Okay. So you're sitting there, twiddling your thumbs. Occasionally people will look down the
Crying
alleyway at you
family.
because, well, it's kind of weird seeing a guy standing there in red armor by his onesies. But as you're basically looking out that way, looking back down this way, you notice a little bit of movement. And it's the piles of debris have basically gathered around the drains that go down into the sewers. And on this particular one, the entire thing moved as one. And it basically sunk back down. Almost like a bunch of debris on a trapdoor that closed. Make sure I'm describing that accurately.
I'd like to investigate further.
Okay, so you go over there.
Yep, slowly.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
18.
18. Looking at it, now that you're like looking at it real close, you can kind of see like this is all rubbish. There's apple cores, there's chunks of paper, there's bits of old net, broken off pieces of crates and wood. But these are all skillfully attached to what amounts to a trapdoor, basically, over this sewer drain. And it's very well disguised. Like looking at it, you would not immediately have guessed, oh, there's a hole there. But it's just like you can lift up on it and there's no one there, but it goes down into the sewers.
Okay. I will mark that for the future, and I will head back to the apartment to tell these guys what's going
Okay.
on.
You go upstairs.
Very carefully.
Okay, good. Good, because they're sketchy.
Alright. Looking through the other notes, is there anything that stands out?
You pop through them and you look at it. It seems like the person who was writing these notes was related to Linnea. Basically, they start out as letters to her as an update, like, hey, things are going good, how are you, how are the plants, you're such a nerdy sister, I can't believe you love plants more than people, goes on and on like that. And then it continues and it says, I see you've met somebody, is he part plant? You know, just kind of like that, the teasing tone between siblings. But then the letters start getting into, yeah, right. You haven't written me back, I hope everything's okay, and you haven't written me back, I haven't heard from you or seen anything, what's going on, and then that's when the letters switch to being addressed to Felito. And
Is that the same handwriting?
yes,
Okay.
the first one is very much a veiled threat. I wanna know what happened to my sister. You moved in with my sister and now she's gone, what's going on? Kind of thing, and it continues, and they basically escalate through, I know you know something, stop ignoring me, until we're coming for you.
I know that it might not be signed this way because it's from one sister to another, but is there a name?
There is on the last one, basically. And it just says, Her Majesty the Sinker.
So there's not like a name of a person, it's more of a title.
Yeah, she wouldn't put her real name.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was hoping that maybe there'd be a name of her sister, like in one of the correspondence from
Nah,
her, but
just Linnea's name basically on the outside of the envelope. They were only ever meant for one person, so.
yeah.
But you don't recognize that name as being any sort of royalty you've heard of before.
Mhm.
You're fairly familiar with the different majesties of the world, and that's not one of them.
And I've not heard of the Sinkers as a group.
No, it's kind of like the underside of the town. You haven't
Yeah.
been here super long to really interact with
So
that.
we don't know if it's Thieves Guild or other.
Yeah. Chuldaiku comes up the stairs.
Hey guys,
Hey,
Stairs.
I found something.
what'd you find?
Trapdoor.
Good busy.
So I believe it leads to the sewer, and there wasn't anybody. I kind of peeked a little bit. I didn't see anything, but it might be of interest. I don't know what you guys have found up here,
Well,
but
we think that he might have been taken by a local, maybe a Thieves Guild type, and if that's the case, that trapdoor could be one of their, entrances.
just have to check it out.
Is there anything else we should look at in this room before we leave?
What happened to the door?
It was like that when we got here.
Challenges.
Don't lock doors.
I guess do a quick once over, like search his bed, maybe under it, see if he kept anything.
Underneath the bed there is not necessarily a hidden compartment, but there's basically like a little shelf where it looks like something may have been stored up in there, but there isn't anything in there at the moment.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'd like to search for any like loose floorboards.
Okay, give me an investigation check. Are you upstairs or downstairs?
Up there where these guys are. 10.
10. You go along. They all seem pretty solid.
Alright, well.
Eventually the squeaking kind of gets to it and you hear from downstairs this hiss, the snarl sound. And you guys understand it to me. Stop squeaking the floors!
Akiko, you might want to stop. She's getting annoyed.
Squeak, 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 squeak. There's like this little on the
I'll make
stairs.
my way outside.
Yeah.
What's left of the door gets shut. Just gonna like shove the wood up against the edge of it. He goes back downstairs.
Alright, let's, unless anyone else can think of anything, let's check out this trapdoor that Chuldaiku found.
I'm already on my way down the stairs.
I don't know. These are no tiny angry lady.
As soon as Akiko started just aggroing, yeah, I was out.
Alright, so you guys go down the stairs one by one.
Yes.
I will. Can I lock the door behind me?
You can try.
23.
Pretty good.
No one will ever know we were there.
Fucking doors just smashed inside. Alright, so you guys make your way down the stairs, and he shows you to the trapdoor that he was talking about. Basically, like, lift it up, close it, lift it up, close it.
Before we go down, does it look like there's any like hidden symbols, like specifically the Sinker's mark? Anything that would possibly, like looking either on the wall of a building next to it, if it is next to a building, or...
Give me an investigation check.
17?
17. Out on the outside edge of the alleyway, basically down low near where one of the gutters comes down, there is the etched symbol of the anchor with the bubbles around it, and then there's the number 3 carved next to it. And as you're basically making your way back into the alleyway, you're counting 1, 2, the third sinkhole is the one that opens up.
Okay. Alright, well this definitely is a stinker's egress, it looks like, so.
Looks like we're going on a rescue mission.
Rescue.
I mean, there's nothing else to it, at least we can figure out what happened to this guy. He's in trouble and
I have a rough idea of what I believe happened to him, but I could be way off base, so I guess we'll just have to find out.
Bum, bum, bum.
so who's up for a journey through the sewer system?
I dropped down into the sewers.
Apparently, Akiko. And Chuldaiku. Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll go next. It's fine.
Be very skeptical because there's a lot of water, and then I'll go in and close it behind me.
Okay. You don't have too much of a choice. When basically, once you go into it, you pull the thing down below you, or after you, there isn't like a ladder leading up to this point that you can look out of. It's a 10-foot drop into squish. So you don't take any damage or anything from falling from the height, but it is nasty. And there's a splash, and basically up to about mid-thigh, you guys are covered in gray water.
This is gray water.
At least it's not poop.
I mean, it's.
Oh, Chud.
Oh, sweet child of mine. I cast light.
Okay.
Maybe we should.
I mean, we're gonna kind of need it because
I don't.
human.
I can see it.
Oh, my brain. Oh, fuck.
Being per cat, I'm not
Head
sure.
rush. Okay.
So where do we drop down to?
You guys, come in right there.
I guess we should try and see if there's any markings that point direction.
What you guys see when you drop down here, this section, basically where you're at, is relatively deep water. Like I said, it's about thigh high for most of you.
For those of us that can't climb.
And off in this direction, you see a lot of debris, like broken barrels, wood, tree branches.
In which direction did you say?
Just
Yeah,
down
over
in basically
there.
that direction.
Okay.
And it's all matted. There's like pieces of hair and fur and stuff in there. But what stands out to you is that there appeared to have been some form of crudely made grate covering that section, and it has been torn down.
Oh.
I need everyone to roll perception checks.
Ten.
Excuse you.
14.
10, 14.
16.
22.
Ooh.
Okay. So the 14 and up will hear it. Sorry. But there is squeaking from back in that area.
Like rat kind of squeaking.
Yes. And the squeaks do get louder, and they do end up coming out. And you see just this curious little head poke out of the edge of this passageway here. And then suddenly there are more of them.
Alright, I'm guessing it's gonna be initiative time.
It will be, yes.
Are they coming all the way up to us, or are they just back here, kind of at the corner?
For now, it's just kind of the sticking their heads out, looking kind of curious, and they're all like piled on top of each other. It's just this mess. This rat's den of grossness.
Well, and everyone is ready. Do you just need one initiative right now?
I do, yes.
Nice.
What did you get, Quill?
22.
22. Chad?
10.
23!
Nice. And rats.
Rats go on a 12.
Alright, so Akiko is up first with her natural 2023.
So I will kind of look at them, look at these guys, and like,
They look aggressive.
Yeah.
If you look at one of them, it is like, got like the discolored yellow teeth.
I'm not gonna rage.
Its eyes are all shiny and red. Okay, give me a perception check as you are going to, well, investigate. Give me a wisdom check.
13?
13.
Oh, sorry, no, it's not perception, it'd be 11.
Okay, 11. These rats don't look right. They look kind of sickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track the rat.
Okay.
Hit an armor class of 15.
Armor class of 15 is a hit. Good job. Stealing the page out of your book, literally.
For 12 points of damage. 1 point of that is necrotic. Shoot that rat.
Okay, so you run up and you smash that rat and it spatters everywhere. And there's this brief moment of pause from the other rats before two of them just start kind of nibbling on the bits that you've just smashed. And the other three kind of like look at you and lick their chops.
Is it dead?
It is dead.
I will take my bonus attack for reducing a creature to 0 to attack a second one,
Okay,
which will hit an armor class of 25.
that's a hit.
Plus 6, 15 more points of damage to the next one.
So you go through and you smash that one too. You are just pasting these creatures.
Alright. If that is Akiko being done, it's Quill.
I want to help Akiko, but their behavior is very confusing. I suppose I'll just Eldritch Blast one.
Do you come from a long line of mousers?
What shape are your ears?
It's a 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
And we're gonna do 8 points of force damage.
8 points? Are you guys 4th level or 5th level?
4th.
Okay. You said 8 points.
Yeah, 8 points.
All last session I forgot to give you like 2 to 10 with my cantrips. Because you're 5th level.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you go up and you Eldritch Blast that one. And it flinches back and it turns back towards you and its eyes are this glowing kind of reddish color, and you look at its teeth and you can see its teeth through parts of its cheek. Like parts of its cheek have rotted away and you can actually see more teeth inside of its mouth.
There is definitely something wrong with these rats. That's my turn.
Alright. Raphael's up next. Right here. I am going to firebolt the same one that Quill just attacked.
Okay, I do need you to make a perception check.
Magical science.
15.
15, okay. So go ahead.
Okay.
That was close.
I know. Oh,
That was a weird little wall.
that was. It was
His tray does that.
yeah. 11.
11. That is a miss, unfortunately. The armor class is 10.
I'm gonna use a luck point. No.
Sorry, my brain is dumb.
Wait.
The armor class is 12.
Okay.
You missed by 1. I subtracted it rather than adding it.
Alright, yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to
Luck it.
luck it. It's
Okay.
just a rat. Rats are actually next.
Okay, so 2 rats.
I did not reckless, so that they will
Okay.
not have advantage.
Thank you. How many rats do I have in base contact with Akiko?
2.
2? Okay, so basically they'll shuffle up so I can get as many of there as possible.
Which is, will only be 2.
Only the 2? Okay, so the one on your left, or the first, it does have advantage to attack you because pack tactics.
The rats, do they have climb, right, as a speed?
These ones do not.
Never mind.
But it will take its attacks at you and it will bite at you fiercely. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Oh, okay. Second rat. It's a 17 hit.
Yes.
Alright, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 10.
13.
You'll take 6 points of piercing damage. And as this thing bites into your leg, you feel this kind of burning sensation, like a paper cut or like a cat scratch after a day or two, where it kind of burns and stings. But you kind of shake it off and muscle through it because you ain't scared.
And skirt.
No skirts there.
Alright, is that all the rats?
That is all of the rats. At the bottom of the round.
No, it's Chud's turn.
Chud's turn.
But Chud can't come into base contact with any of them.
I'm gonna look over here. You guys got it. He's got it. I'm just gonna kind of mosey on down here.
Give me a perception check.
And kind of keep an eye out. / guard that hallway. With a 14 for perception.
Okay, thank you.
And
Right.
my turn.
And then, it'll be initiative after that then.
Okay, so before we get to initiative, as the bottom of your round, take it back. Let's see. Does a 21 hit you?
Hit me?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Where does it come from?
It comes from behind you in the shadows there. And it is this guy. You will take the monk.
Is he ranging or did he move up?
He
and
is
stack
right up behind him, and he's basically just conked you in the back of his head, on the back of the head, with basically the butt of his dagger.
Okay.
Oh, I missed the tray with all of those dice. There's a D4 somewhere on the loose, people.
You'll find it if it hurts.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Everybody's
that definitely
different
needs to be found.
So you'll take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as basically out of the shadows, this guy steps and you just on the back of your head. And that's initiative.
Okay. Do you need a second?
I will need a second initiative now. I didn't want to spoil it before.
No.
Alright, Akiko.
16.
Quill.
15.
Chud.
11.
Rats.
But you've been one ahead of me on
6.
both rounds.
Thugs.
10.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see, do I have? I go with that and that. Alright. Raphael is first with a 19. He's gonna say, something's attacking me. And I'm gonna turn around. And I am going to shocking grasp him.
Alright.
Since he's right there up.
He is right there, yeah.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's actually a 23 now, but still hits. He's lightning.
Leg spasm, not cool.
He takes 6 points of lightning damage.
6 points, okay.
Yep.
Ooh, he's in water. Is it double?
That's,
Ooh. I don't know how that would work.
it's a cantrip, it doesn't do that.
Oh.
Very well.
But
All of the germs in the water near him do fizzle out and die though. Death to the water bears! Sorry, John.
so as
He loves
part
water bears.
of shocking grasp,
Microorganisms, so.
he can't take reactions against me, so I am gonna.
Well, you just shocked him.
Yep.
You did how much? 5 points?
6.
6.
6 points.
Sorry, my B.
And now it is Akiko's turn. You got rats all up in.
So you yelled.
Something just hit me. Or attacked me from behind. You do know that both Quill and Chud are still back there? Because they obviously have to come past
I'm going to attack the rat, but I want to glance over in that direction to see if I can see what was over there.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
22.
22. Okay, I forgot to declare that he was hiding, but, so you see this guy, and he's in the shadows, and just part of him is standing out in the light that you can see from, the light that you've cast.
Yes.
Right? And he's this guy wearing this leather vest with leather pants that kind of look like the undercoats of an armor, basically. He's got a band tied around his head, and he's holding a dagger, and he has a mean look on his face. He's not there to sell you nets.
But you did see that I shocked him with a spell.
Yeah, he's still a little smoky around the eyebrows.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything else?
Yes, I would like to attack the rat.
Okay, roll the dice. Make the do.
That's a 26 to hit. The rat.
Decimation.
For 16 points of damage.
Okay. That's another splat rat, and that's the one that you did 8 damage to last turn.
I killed both
Somebody
the rats.
you did 8 points. That's right. My bad. Are you hitting the same one that he shot?
No, different one.
Different one. Okay. Well, the different one is dead.
And then I will.
There is another rat in base contact with it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
1, 2,
You
3,
could
4,
hug.
5. Can I make it? I can't count.
Let's see. You were
I also-
here.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes. Your speed's still 30, right? You haven't got Barbarian speed boost yet.
Not yet, next round. So I will go, as I smash that rat, I will turn and just kind of run over and I'm going to pull up
Do
the
you
guy.
decide run at him?
What?
Very.
No, it's more of a run up, directly up to him, like making direct eye contact, and then do the little kick up. I'll go one side of the wall to the other side, and then over
Smash.
him,
Parkour. Got it.
and then
Oh.
leap across to.
Very nice.
So a rat does get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
On
To niggle.
Akiko, though.
It's gone forever.
And against the rogue, or whatever he may be.
17 to hit?
Yeah, that would hit. 17 hit the rogue, or whoever's in the shadows there.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
So-
17, 21.
The 17 will hit. You take 6 points of piercing damage from the rat bite, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
You might need to make the con first, and it might be a don't move. I don't know. Oh,
Natural 20 on my Constitution saving throw.
You do just fine. Again, it's a little burny. You think that there might be something bad in this water?
15 points of damage
15?
to this guy.
Okay.
6 of which is necrotic.
Okay, thank you. So you run up and you club him, and this guy just tries to flail backwards but can't get out of the way before you just club the shit out of him. He's still standing though.
Okay.
alright, Quill, you're up.
Seeing what's going on.
There is still the rat that you.
Yeah, it should be nothing there. I'm gonna scoot up towards the rats. Do I see any other rats once I get up to be able to see around the
There's 2 there right now.
Give me a investigation check.
Okay, I was like, do I want to use my action? I'm just curious if I did.
Yeah.
Investigation is searching things.
Searching for
looking-
things. So even though he's searching for the rats, it would be perception.
He's looking for the rats.
He's looking for the rats. Okay,
Yeah.
give me perception.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, very nice then.
For 21.
Don't worry about those then. There are some more eyes shining out of the darkness, actually. They are buried deeper in the mess.
Okay. I'm going to turn my back to them, cast Armor Bag at this, and kind of just walk away for the moment.
Okay, cool beans. Alright, that takes effect on their turn, right? For starting a turn in it?
If he gets
Then melee attack.
Oh, I'm
they'll
thinking
take
the
damage.
Hunger Hadar. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just playing Spiky Wolf.
There you go.
Chud, you're up next.
Okay, so I seen that Akiko's got that one handled. I'm actually gonna go the long way around and try and make sure that there's no other ones and try and get behind this guy. And if there is anybody else, I will obviously stop to attack him. But I just wanna kind of make sure that there's nobody else kind of.
Trying to flank.
You can
Okay.
get to here.
Yeah. And if he tries to run, he'll come in.
Okay.
So then I'll hold my action if he tries to run, and I'll swing.
Okay, so you will attack if someone comes into melee range.
Yes.
Gotcha. You're not quite close enough to see him yet, but you know that he's
Oh,
around.
I'm on.
Is there any light in there?
Just the reflection off the water, basically, of what you were casting.
Well, because he is way.
Yeah,
away
so
from-
you are in darkness here,
Yeah.
but you can see light. Well, probably to like what here-ish would be my guess.
What's 30? Is it 30 feet and then dim
Is
after
it? I
that?
think it's 20-20.
I forget what.
20 bright,
For
20 dim.
light.
Yeah. But either way, it is the
2020.
2020.
So you would be, well, are you hiding at all?
No.
No. Okay. You'll be
There's a little bit of
disadvantaged
dim in the
if-
corner, and that's about
If
it.
he comes at you, but you'll still get the chance to attack him if he comes into base range. Base contact. Okay. Just wanna make sure you know what you're doing.
All right. Speaking of, it's his turn. The thug's turn.
The thug's turn? Okay. So the thug is going to, let's see, his bonus action disengage. Is disengage one of the bonus actions you
Yes.
get as a rogue? Okay. So he is going to take an attack against you.
Okay.
He will hit its armor class of 9.
Yes.
Close.
Okay. And then he will bonus action disengage, and he will attempt to make his way up the corridor.
15. So he can. Can he see in the dark? Can he see Chud from here?
He can't see in the dark, but he would be at, no, he can't see in the dark, he's just operating off of the ease of familiarity here.
So he runs and he can actually make it to Chud, so he bumps into Chud.
Okay, so Chud, give me well, let's see, let's just roll off. Give me a stealth check, and I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if this guy even notices you.
Now you're not moving, so would it be a disadvantage?
Yes, it's still.
Okay.
It's just you don't have to move to have disadvantage in the armor.
8.
Well, he rolled a 4, so he has no idea you're there, and he runs smack dab into you. Go ahead and take your attack.
Okay.
He thinks it's the wall, yeah.
So is that disadvantage?
The attack would be a disadvantage, yeah. Because it is completely dark out. But he did just run into
I did roll 2 3s, so 9.
9. That's a miss. And basically you're like, poof, oh! You go to smash him, and he just instinctively had just like, where's the wall? So you just barely miss him.
Okay.
He is stuck in base contact with you at this point, though.
Now I do have the sentinel feet, just so you know.
So if he tries to move past you, you get an attack,
Even
right?
if he does disengage, I can still attack.
All right, it is the rat's turn.
All right. So one of the rats is going to try and take a bite at you because it doesn't understand magic.
And that's why I did it.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
How about a 21?
Oh wait.
Aw, yeah. Okay, so the rat, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Mhm.
I need to start rolling a different d4.
Ooh. That's a 9.
Oh, so you fail.
Yeah.
Okay, well you take 6 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and you are currently diseased, and your hit points maximum decreases by 2.
It
So
also takes.
don't erase your main hit
Yeah.
points, but mark
I'm
some.
marking a secondary. It takes 10 points of cold damage.
Okay, cool, literally cool. Now is this, I'm gonna say this is the one that you had already Eldritch Blasted. So that will take that one out.
Okay.
And then the second one had missed his attacks, so he doesn't hit you anyway.
Okay.
So there's just the one main rat that's out near you guys, and then if you would like to move a couple of miniatures out, basically the other sets of eyes will move forward.
And start coming out.
Yeah, basically the ones that you would see the eyes of out in the brush. So it should be a total of 4 rats left.
So, yeah. And then do any of them make it up to me, or are they all just kind of close?
The other 2 basically were blocking the way when those ones went to attack. So they will get to attack next round.
Yeah, so I'll have them like just.
It'll be initiative after that.
Okay? When you go on, they should keep that right. I am the parched.
Quill.
5.
Chud.
Plus
21.
4 in dexterity.
Rats.
Rats on a 20, Thug on a 3.
Okay.
Suck it, Doug.
Chud's actually first with a 21.
Nice.
I'm gonna use.
Okay. Thank you.
I will attempt to swing again. Disadvantage. 9.
Miss. It sucks too because his armor class is like
No.
11. Yeah. You'll get there though. He's not getting far. Who's next?
The rats are next.
The rats are next. Okay, so an attack on Chuldaiku? Nope, sorry, my bad.
That's
Quill.
Yep.
14 to hit.
No.
Second rat. Wow. 4. No, and you're already diseased, so I'm not gonna have you roll the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just being next to him? That's it.
4, no, 6. But either way, 6 is probably gonna no, I'm just dumb. You're good.
Alright, so if that's all the rats, it's Raphael next. So I saw that guy ran off. I know Chud kind of went down there. Step here. Don't see him down there. I can see that Quill is hiding wall. But also has a bunch of rats by him.
I'm fine. For now. Once a leg falls off, then worry about me.
Ooh. Can I actually see the thug from here?
I would say.
You have light.
I was gonna
I
say
do
you
have
have
the
the
Yeah,
light
you've got
center
the light.
above
I think
you.
it's just a matter of line of
I
sight.
have dark vision too, that's why it's what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay.
It's like is
I can't quite tell from how the angle is. If you could draw line of sight, we used to have like a level tool that we would use for that.
eyeballing it? No, I
Okay.
can't.
So
But
I'd say if you move forward, maybe one more, you'd be able to.
I
right?
can't.
You're out of movement. Okay.
Yeah.
Movement.
But Chud is now in my lights.
Yes.
So
Chud is no longer at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we both
Let's see,
know
is
what's
there
right.
anything I can cast that will help right now? No. So I'll just move. I suppose I could use my action to dash and I'll move forward a bit.
Okay.
So at least I'll be able to see a bit better.
And now you're both blocking the way, so you wouldn't be able to move through here.
And after that, it is Akiko's turn.
So at this point, I'm guessing that he went this way and the light kind of disappeared, but now I would start to see light
Yeah.
from this
Yeah.
direction.
Yes. Cool, do you have dark vision?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that's the other reason I don't care.
And I'll turn around, and look back off into the darkness where Quill used to be.
There's like faintly
I know.
shimmering spikes that you can kind of see. They're just kind of like
a spell,
spearing.
kind of.
Yeah, he's got the armor, which is, there's no spikes from like your knees up, but the armor's been activated down below where they keep ankle biting at you, so there's just like these bloodied spikes sticking out the back.
I was gonna say it looks like I have like frost greaves on.
Yeah, frost greaves,
Bloody
disco go-go boots.
frost greaves.
I'll go running forward. Bump into you, 'cause
Hi.
I can't see you. Be like,
Ow.
You take 10 points of damage.
Fuzzy, fluffy, fluffy. Oh, I know this guy.
Personal boundary, personal boundary.
Are you doing anything?
I say, Quill?
Yeah, that's me. Careful, it's cold.
Push him down and try to smash anything on the other side of him.
I'm gonna say that you're at disadvantage if you try to hit him, because you are reaching.
The disadvantage, that would be a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Oh,
You reach past, and you're like, oh.
So, 5, 7, 6, 13 points of damage.
All right, so you splatter another rat, and that'll be the one. Yeah, just directly back. It's good.
Yeah.
And since I splattered one, I will attempt to splatter another one.
Go for it.
You actually have more movement. You could move through Quill into that open space you just spotted.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then.
I'll just kind of push you past me.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Still dark, so still disadvantage. Does
Yeah.
a
After-
13 hit?
Yes.
After Akiko, we Quill, I need to run to the restroom real quick.
16 more damage to the neck.
Alright, another smash rat. That leaves there are only the 2 rats left. Yes?
So, I mean, this one, yeah. There's
Okay.
only 2 rats left now.
Light. Your magic, you cast light?
I can, yeah. And then it's actually my turn.
So keep in mind, I think Armor of Agathis is a concentration spell.
It's not. It just
Okay.
lasts for an hour.
Okay, cool. Then
I looked that up immediately. Don't
Okay.
worry.
I don't think light is a concentration spell either.
But I
Just
have
lasts 10 minutes.
dancing lights.
What are you doing?
Well, it's still light.
You gonna go home and eat?
I just have it as bright as,
No, but I can extend it so we can see down the corridors a little bit. But yeah, I will cast dancing lights at Akiko's request. That one is concentration.
Sorry guys, trying to get a picture of my cat.
Each light shows section.
perfect.
20 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, I'll cast dancing lights and just kind of have 2 a little ways down each of the corridors, and then 2 near us, so everything is well illuminated here.
Awesome. Good, good, good.
Dancing lights.
Yes, there are 2 dancing lights over there.
And I will make sure I'm in the way. Still, I'm blocking the path of the rats, otherwise that's Quill's turn.
Alright, so that brings us to the thug.
We need to get
Oh god.
light markers. Like we should look on the print thingy for that. Then we kind of need for like dancing lights to have like a little piece that you can
What?
You said Chud is next?
No,
No,
thug.
Thug, Mobby.
The man who's been cornered.
So dancing lights is concentration.
Yeah.
Is
Dancing lights is concentration up to a minute.
and lights.
So
and-
he's gonna take
Yeah,
that
light is
dagger
the last
and
one.
he's gonna go
but you can do dancing
and he
lights.
flips it around and then he goes.
And there's 4 sources of light.
Light.
He
Well,
rolls
you
an
can only
actual
do light.
1.
You cast
That's a
light
miss.
on
That's a
something.
miss.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Weird.
Okay. Alright. And well, actually he will take a bonus attack and he will try and attack you again. Because he doesn't think he can outrun you guys. He's surrounded.
Dude, you can form all 4 lights into a humanoid shape.
10?
I didn't know that, that's cool.
I believe not that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Okay.
Either way. Yeah. okay.
So he goes and flip, trying to look cool, intimidate you a little bit, stab, misses. Starting to look a little nervous. And you've got the light source now, so you can see it.
Yeah.
And from before, when the trapdoor had shut down basically, this is the same person that was watching you. You recognize the eyes and the headband.
Alright, it's initiative after the thug.
Okay.
Akiko.
14.
Quill.
9.
Chud.
22.
Ooh.
Rats.
Rats on an 18, thug on a 6.
Alright, well, Chud is first.
Okay, I'm gonna activate Fighting Spirit,
Oh
and it gives me advantage, also 5 hit points.
Nice.
And it's temporary. And 17, 23.
23 is a hit. For sure, for sure.
And 12 damage. Or 84 damage. But
12 or 84?
12.
Oh.
Just describe the percentile.
Oh. So you activate your thing, you're like, and you strike him, and he just gurgles a little bit and collapses to the ground. He's a goner.
Okay. Are you moving?
No.
No.
You can't do like the flick flick, all the blood off the side.
Yep.
It's too
Alright,
good.
rats are next.
Okay. Rats are all going to pile up and try and attack Akiko because she is the blender of rats.
Yeah.
Forever known.
And attacking the other furry thing just seems to hurt, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one's made out of sharp.
Yeah.
22.
That's it.
Alright, so give me a Constitution saving throw and take 6 points of damage.
17.
That's a save, and so 6 points of piercing damage from the first rat. Second rat. Does a 16 hit you?
Yep.
Bitch! Okay, so you'll take 4 points of damage from that one. Constitution saving throw. What the hell?
23.
That's
How much did you say? 4?
4 that time. They've only been getting 6s because I roll a 4 literally every time except this one. I found it and it rolled back behind me.
Alright, if that's all the rats, since it was just
Sitting downhill,
2,
okay.
it is Raphael's turn. I'm going to cast light on Chud's armor.
Ooh.
And then
Charisma by 2 points.
I'm gonna make my way back over to the rest of the party.
Very nice. Yeah, with your dark vision, you don't necessarily need the light source. But now you're the human torch.
Akiko,
How many rats are left?
2.
2.
And you can clearly see them now.
I will attack the first one. Hit an armor class of 14.
Much smash.
For 14, 20 points of damage.
Okay. That one is blitzed.
Bonus action attack the other one.
Yeah.
19.
Hit it. That's a hit.
12 plus 16 points of damage.
Gone.
I think except for the one that got killed by Armor of Agathis, you killed every single
Yup.
rat.
Well, that bonus action attack that Great Weapon Master
Yeah.
gives me.
Oh yeah, that was helpful.
And you were second guessing yourself.
Nah. I'll stop and kind of look around. And ow! Ow! Of course, that potion and start drinking potions.
Alright.
Because we're off of initiative now.
We are off of initiative. You
I'm
guys
gonna
have killed
go up
all
and-
of them.
Check Akiko and I will cast
More rifle through the
Cast a Cure Wounds on you.
Okay. On the body.
You will take 11 points of healing.
Give me an investigation.
Don't get it, don't take it.
16. Okay. You find this coin first.
How are you feeling, Akiko?
It's got 3
That's
gold,
better.
6 silver.
You know what? I may as well.
Getting hit doesn't
14
normally
copper.
hurt as much.
I will use my racial healing hands and just give you the extra 4
Okay.
as well, right?
I'm only down by 2 then.
How much is
At
that?
that point.
6 silver. 3 gold, 6 silver, 14 copper.
Oh, I didn't
He's
say.
got kind of a neat headband. In the back of his headband, where it basically ties, you actually find a couple of kind of just individual lockpicks. Kind of braided into his hair and where the band kind of comes together. He's not really carrying anything much of interest. His dagger is kind of a regular dagger. Lower quality armor. He just basically looks like a street thug.
No like anchors on them or anchor tattoos with bows or anything like that.
This guy is strangely missing in tattoos. He does kind of look like the sailor type, but he's kind of muscular and he's got the almost matted hair that some of the sailors end up getting. That they just kind of braid it back, but he does not have anything. He's been out for a while, so
Even still, ugh.
it's like it's Virginia all over again.
I'll hand you the rock face. I think you might appreciate these. And it's kind of weird
Compliment to
that
my little.
this guy didn't have any. There's no tattoos on him or identifying. Like he's got no patches or anything that shows his loyalty. So I don't know if maybe this guy was like a new guy and he got the lookout duty or.
Well, considering where he's at,
That's what
I mean, I
was
don't
about to
have a
say.
huge amount of
This
feat
is a
skill
post.
experience,
Yeah.
but
Inside checks.
but Yeah, he's probably new.
Was.
Well, new.
Is there anything of interest where the rats came from?
Lots of debris and grossness, but it doesn't look like there's anything really of value. It doesn't look like there's a lot of metal in there either. Like the chunks of wood that look like they may have been part of a barrel or a bin of some sort before, there's no metal in there. It's just the wood and the soft bits.
Okay.
Can I make some kind of check to see what the hell was wrong with those rats?
Go for it. Give me a medicine check.
Or a nature check. Would
Yeah, one of the two.
I'm actually good at nature, okay. Natural 1, leading to a 6.
You think they're
I
gophers?
mean, it's pretty gross because they're living in the sewer.
Naked mole rats.
And these are some fucked up cats. Ugh.
What's wrong with your dog?
Alrighty then. I'll probably just head back towards the middle and get ready to investigate with other people.
Okay.
I'll just follow along, kind of behind.
Kind of poking at his armor every once in a while just to see what it does.
It's cold.
So here at like this crossroads area, what do we see now that
So
we're actually...
further, with you guys moving your light sources along and coming through here, you see that the deep channel of water actually gets deeper, and it seems to be flowing from this area too, basically down into here. And this stream is a thicker, faster stream, like it's actually got a current to it.
Okay.
Everything before has just kind of been like a trickle sludge. But what's coming through here is a fairly decent clip. This is graded off. Like there's almost like portcullis blocking the entire thing, and there's debris piled up on the other side of it where it's caught and it can't quite get through. But the water is moving through nonetheless.
Okay.
This way opens up into, it basically continues on and then opens up into something bigger.
Can we tell which way he would have come from?
Give me a survival check, basically tracking him.
13?
13. There's a clearer walkway next to the faster paced stream. This one doesn't look like it's been traversed much. There's quite a bit of buildup and debris even on the sides of the waterway.
Alright. Well, it looks like he came from, or like the way to go is where the water is picking up pace. There it is. Sit down here.
Okay.
Alright, I will walk off in that direction. Basically push ahead to
Being
take the
front.
lead unless I look at the glowing one and like, do you want to go first or?
Since I'm.
What the fuck? I didn't tell it to do that. I am so sorry.
Would you like to go first?
Oh,
Yeah, that was...
Put it away,
I
Akiko.
would like to go first. I think that that's pretty racist, but yeah, I'll go first. Son, like Human Torch.
I wouldn't say racist because it's the same way the other way around. Like
Well,
if
it's
you
just-
dub Japanese over an English anime, the mouth movements just don't line up.
I watched really old Jackie Chan movies from like when he was really young, and it's pretty awesome.
John was
I like the really old ones where it was basically somebody else's voice instead of his voice,
Yeah.
because it just
Mandarin
doesn't look or sound appropriate.
is my tail now.
eat it.
Yeah.
She's
Alright, so we move along.
As we're
okay. Hopefully
picking-
the flu doesn't come back. I really don't know where that came from.
That was Akiko playing.
No, because she took the ding 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 ding,
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
or rather than
Celine Dion
it's like a
is
really high pitched one.
the head of the Sinkers.
But her heart will go on.
Either that or it's Rose. Because, sung Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
He was an artist.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys continue down this pathway. Make sure I don't run over anybody's tails here. Wah. Yeah, probably just take the miniatures off. It's not a very big thing, but it. Alright, we'll come in this way over here.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Oh, I should be taking this from you. Yeah.
I will continue to be avoiding water as best as I'm allowed.
You okay, Quill?
I'll give you that, that was good.
But you guys come into this chamber and this thing is rushing almost like an underground brook. Like this particular one has quite a strong current. And the current is currently flowing this direction. Again, same situation over here. You've got a grate, it's got trash piled up on it. But this here is a deluge of water just keeps coming in there. And it comes rhythmically. So you're thinking that this is probably somehow attached to the port, this particular one, because it splooshes down, sploosh in waves.
Alright.
So I need everyone to make me perception check, if you would be so kind.
Much better than a natural one.
11.
15.
Also 11.
9.
9. Okay. So 11, 11, 9, and 15?
Yes, 15.
15, okay,
Yes.
my bad. Okay, so, I need to roll a couple of d6 here. Okay, so you two, basically everyone notices that there is, right over here, there is a gentleman with a crossbow. And it's gonna be this guy because I don't actually have someone with a crossbow at the moment. John? Yeah.
Whereabouts? Just at the end there?
Yep, right there at the end. And then, okay. So that is gonna put us on initiative orders. He basically pulls his hand crossbow up and says, "Oi!" Fires at you.
Oof. Akiko.
19.
Quill.
17.
Chud.
3.
How many initiatives do you need?
I need, just one, please. And they are going on a 4.
Almost
Well, he
Chud.
does get his surprise round, right?
He does, so he's gonna take an attack at Chud.
And then Akiko will be up first.
Does a 16 hit you?
No, does not.
No, okay. He's like, ding! As his crossbow bolt basically lodges into the stone next to you.
Good.
Get out of here! Shouldn't be in the sewers, it's gross!
Do we see anyone other than him?
No, because they're hiding.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
We
I
didn't
just-
see past their stealth checks because we rolled so low.
yeah, I was just curious if we saw more than one person or not. That's all.
Alright.
Sorry.
I will move to here
This isn't a normal fight, it's a pix on
and
fight.
bonus action rage.
Okay.
And I will hold my action for if anyone comes within range. Because that's as far as I can move.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go from there. So you're holding your action.
Yep.
So you're holding your action until somebody comes in contact close enough to you to hit them?
Yep.
Alright. Who is after Akiko?
Quill.
Quill?
Oh.
Did you say no?
I said, oh.
Oh, okay.
In surprise. I think for the moment.
How are you walking on top of walls?
Well, I'm not
He's a
walking on
cat.
top of the wall. I'm
Hair.
more of just kind of climbing on the side out of the water because
Okay.
I can climb. But that's just the equivalent.
We can bounce the other climb speed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only reason I've been doing that. I kind of would rather just hide right now.
You don't want to attack the person who shot.
I mean, I could, but then they're gonna know I'm here.
Are you hiding? Are you stealthing?
That's what I'm thinking of doing, yeah, since I'm still around the corner.
Go for it.
With I'm not proficient yet, so a 10 for stealth. Yeah, that's pretty mediocre.
You feel pretty secure.
I feel
You're
good.
hiding under the couch, but your tail is lashing out.
I know there's people here.
Alright, so who is after Quill?
Raphael is.
There's basically another swoosh of
Yes,
water
I'll-
as the wave comes in.
Move up here. I see the guy who shot at Chud, and I am gonna try and firebolt him.
Okay.
Hadouken.
8. Natural
That's-
1.
That's a miss.
It did that same like half roll where it was a
Yeah.
19 and it went to the 1.
See, when I sit next to you in gaming, I watch it happen all the time where it's like, oh, nice! Because they're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Alright, after Raphael, it is the thugs.
Thugs. Okay. So, thug number shooty shoot is going to shoot at Akiko.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
At least you get to keep your rage.
For, let's see. What is mad? Baby, don't hurt me. Oh shit, it's the wrong dice. Okay. I'm gonna roll 3 dice. Okay, so you will take 5 points of piercing damage as he draws the crossbow up and says, I'll say get out of here! And shoots you again. And then I need, let's see. No, it'll be fine. Chud. Does a 17 hit you?
17 does hit, yes.
Okay. A crossbow bolt comes firing out of basically where this waterfall, where the water keeps pouring in. It seems like there might be some kind of cubby under there because the shot comes ringing out from there. And you take. Let's use
They're
this
no
guy.
longer hidden, so
Yeah.
unless they use a bonus action to hide.
You will take 12 points of piercing damage as this crossbow just blasts into your shoulder, catching you completely off guard.
Okay.
There's a guy there, and he will actually splash, 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 make his way a little bit further down this direction, if you'd be so kind.
Is the running water difficult terrain?
Yes, so he would have slow movement there, but then once he gets to the stone edge on that side, he'll be okay.
How far down is he going? As far as he can?
Basically, yeah, as far as his movement will allow him. So he'd be like, what, 2 squares at disadvantage, or difficult terrain, and then 2 squares regular?
Roughly.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just go with right there. Let's see. We'll keep that. But he will basically, he's gonna bonus action hide. So he gets a.
What's he hiding behind?
That's right, because you guys have light sources up. Never mind, so he wouldn't be able to hide. Blah!
Okay, it doesn't have hide in plain sight.
I think high level rogues end up with that too. Like where they're just like, I stand really still. Yeah. So who is next?
I dropped it. Chud brings
You
up
are?
the rear.
Okay, so I'm gonna cross diagonally and then try and get to that guy over there.
Okay. Even with the difficult terrain of the rushing water, you should be able to do that just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
And that water is cold, like ocean in the wintertime.
I'll activate my bonus.
Nice.
Bonus action, fighting spirit,
What a time.
and I will attempt to attack him.
Okay. How many times a day do you get that? It's like 3 times. Nice. That gives you advantage.
Yes.
That must always be better.
So, 25
That's definitely a hit.
That's a 50.
for 7 damage.
Okay.
And it'll be initiative after that.
Why can't I spell?
Oh, it's 5, but yeah.
I'm sorry, how much damage did you say?
7.
I got a +4. For some reason I was thinking of a +2.
No, it was a +3, but when we had a 4.
6.
I don't know why I rolled 2 d20s.
And the thugs.
Thugs will go on side.
12.
Yes. Third.
Raphael is first, because I rolled a natural 20 on my initiative.
Of course.
That's I rolled a 1.
Good for
I
you.
am still just gonna go after the crossbow guy that was shooting at Akiko, and I'm gonna
Okay, the first
try
one?
and firebolt him. Yeah. 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
Right. 10 points of firebolt damage.
Nice. Fireball.
And
Alright. So he's like, ah!
and Akiko is next.
So I will rush forward. Is this water double also?
Yes, basically that whole, the double wide water there is all counting as difficult terrain.
Okay. Move right up to him. I am going to recklessly attack him.
Okay, go for it.
Great weapon master.
That means you get to take 5 away to your hit to add 10 damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
which only gives me a 13 to hit.
That's okay, his armor cost is only 11.
Then I will hit.
And you will do a fuck ton of damage.
16 plus 18 is 20.
No,
34.
34.
34
You do 34
points
of damage?
of
Yeah.
damage.
Shit, that puts him so far past, like, halfway through that damage. So you
He just kind
he's
of
like,
baseball swing and just like, Smash Brothers.
yep.
I have movement left, and I will just go ahead and kind of then turn around and start running in the other direction.
Okay. So yeah, you go up, club him, there's just a smear, and it looked like he was about to say something, and he said, "You come up," and he's like, ah, ah, gone.
Alright.
And it's the thugs next.
Okay. So the one that is not currently splattered on the wall would like to take his attacks on you. Now that's not like a reckless thing, right? It doesn't give anybody else advantage, it's just you. Okay.
And it's only for that one hit.
21 to hit?
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, Barbarians
Point
can
would
reckless
be-
as much as they want.
Melee,
Yeah.
so that would
But it
be,
gives-
You know, there's a disadvantage to it.
Yeah.
I still think in a lot of ways it's better than the overall samurai ability.
5. He'll take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as he basically has to just kind of whack at you with his heavy crossbow.
My dude would probably suck really bad if it wasn't for that.
He tries to go for your kneecap, try and like to do that damage.
Yeah.
Then he will,
Does your armor have limited use?
Oh, the
Does that-
exploding thing?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's only
no, it's when he
crits,
gets
though.
when he gets
Oh,
crit.
that's right. It's when he gets
Yeah.
crit. That's right.
When he gets crit, it crits big.
Yeah.
He will take a second attack at you.
I forgot it was a crit
And
thing.
it is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
So you'll take 4 more points of damage. So he's basically just counteracted your 5 bonus hit points, but just clubbing at you and you're not supposed to be here. Clubs at you. He bears a strong genetic resemblance to the other guy that was shooting at you. So who is after the thugs?
If that's all the thugs, it's Chad.
Alright.
Mhm.
I will attempt to swing. 22.
That's it.
Alright. 14 damage.
14 damage?
Yep. Then I will bonus action second wind for
Nice.
Is it a bonus action or is it just like it doesn't just
Yeah.
happen?
it's
No,
bonus.
It costs a bonus action?
second wind is
Second one
bonus
is bonus
action.
action.
Oh, okay.
He's doing
But
it.
it gives you an action.
No, this is the healing one.
Oh,
Action
I always
surge
get
is
this
what you're
messed up.
thinking of.
Yeah. I need to
Then
play.
Quill, you'll be up next.
Okay.
Fighters in general are some pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those for improvements every 2 levels.
Are you moving at all, Chud?
No.
I mean, he's still engaged with the guys.
Right.
I'm thinking fall wedding, but
Gonna try and Eldritch Blast
you
this
said we're
gentleman.
gonna have to engage with
Oh,
Sorry.
nice.
Sorry.
A 10 to hit on this guy.
Very, very close. It's an
You get
11.
11.
I'm sorry, my friend.
And it'll be initiative after that when Quill is done.
It's disappointing.
Alright, Akiko,
22.
Quill,
15.
Chud,
20.
thugs.
18.
Alright, Akiko is first.
two little green pinpoints of glowing light. I'm on edge, right?
Yeah, you are on. It's only right there that you have to cross.
Glory.
4, 5.
Do you see that
You
guy
have to
that
stop
wrote
there.
2 tickets to paradise died?
That sucks. I'm gonna lose my rage. I'm gonna.
You can punch me.
Use the card.
Yeah.
He's not in range.
Go rock.
Do you have a range?
Ask one of us to punch you or
Yeah,
something.
he's like the lead singer of the Cars.
Wait a minute, that backfired last time. Never mind.
Because you still do your base strength damage, so you're still doing like 6 points
shit
of damage.
Greenwood was just trying to help.
You don't have relentless rage yet, huh?
That's okay.
Okay.
Alright. If that is Akiko's turn, it is Chuck's turn.
Right. Ooh, that's 10.
That's a miss. It's on cost 11.
Join the club.
Okay.
That was dumb. I should have just.
And I will action surge. Action surge.
I got a 20-foot jump.
Yeah.
So,
20.
So that's the one that gives you the extra action.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
that one.
6 points of damage.
27. Okay. Wow, that was not 27 at all. Cool. Alright. So you're basically wailing up against this guy as he's going up. He's like up against the wall and you cut a massive score in his leg and it just starts pouring into the stream and rushing downstream into the down the pathway here into the next chamber. And he screams in pain.
Well, it is Raphael and the thug simultaneously.
Initiative of 0, or rather a dex of 0.
+3, so
Go for it.
I guess I'll firebolt him. For a 17 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
8 points of fire damage.
8 points. Okay. That one. And that will bring him to 35 total. So he is down. So between the bleeding wound in his leg, you basically just de-legged him, whichever the defenestrated. No, that's heads.
No, defenestrated is throwing people out a window.
It's a really fun word.
Decapitated is
You
heads.
have discombobulated him
Warren Prince said
mightily.
there's a word for that.
But we don't have a word for the day after tomorrow. So, this guy slumps down, and the current is strong enough that it actually starts pulling his body basically this direction. And as you guys are kind of like,
He was on the side though. Did he fall into it?
Yeah, obviously,
with
it's
the way
'cause
the
that's
guy
the
just
side that you can
annihilated
chop
his
at.
leg, you would have just.
toppled. But as you guys are watching, this body kind of like bobble down the stream. Let's see. So Akiko, does a 17 hit you?
yes!
And then Raphael,
I'm still raging.
a 9.
No.
You were nervous, I can see it. It's basically from the darkness, one crossbow bolt comes flying out at you, and then at you there's this ray of blue that just kind of strikes into you, and you feel almost frozen for a moment. I need you to make a save that I'll tell you here in just a second.
Eight? You missed me.
Did I miss you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You said
So,
9.
he's a wizard. Come on, people. It can happen.
Your armor class starts at 10 plus dex.
Could be a negative. But this big
I know,
this
plus 3 dex.
spray of blue just kind of like next to you on the stone walls.
Okay.
Akiko, you will take 6 points of piercing damage as this bolt basically pierces into you, and it goes like right above your fucking kidney. It stings and it's uncomfortable. Also, you've just been shot.
I took 3 points of damage.
It still stings.
Minor inconvenience.
Yep.
So do we see like where they, like now that they've attacked, do we see them?
The people with dark vision will see that there are 2 figures standing deeper in the shadows over there. Those without dark vision will have to wait until the light sources move. So if we can move that way a bit, I should be able to get this up there.
Meet our experience.
John will judge me for my janky jobs here, but here we go.
It's good to know.
Oh, the smooth painter tape.
Yeah.
I was like,
I needed waterways.
Oh,
Like, I went through and built this whole sewer, and then I was like, oh my fucking god, I didn't use any water tiles. I didn't want to rebuild the whole dungeon, so I'm like,
awesome.
Alright, so if that's all the thugs, it brings us to Quill.
I'm gonna.
So Quill does have dark vision, so where are these guys? So you
so
can,
let's see, there it is.
you might want to not move anymore.
That's what I was gonna stop right there. I should have.
Let's reuse red headband here. Just basically one of these guys. I want one to be here, the bardy looking one. Basically the one with the violin. It's gonna be on this side of things. Which I keep hitting John's hand instead of the thing. So bardy looking one, shooty one.
And oh, okay, it's just the two. Can I tell by looking at them which one of them threw the? I didn't even see the spell. I was around the corner.
Well, one of them's holding a crossbow.
Fair enough.
So
You can see that the spell went towards me because you were around the corner. You still saw the spell.
I thought it would have hit like right here when it missed, but either way, yeah.
Probably went past me.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the non-crossbow for her. Ooh, and a 23 to hit.
that is a hit.
Yes.
I don't even have to
For
fucking look at the armor class, but that's it.
11 points of force damage.
That's a force damage. Okay. So let's see.
After Quill is done, it will be initiative.
Oh, right, because I keep hitting the lowest.
So you said 11 points?
Yeah, 11.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, Akiko.
11.
Quill.
10.
You keep getting like just
I
one
know.
under Akiko.
I know.
Thugs. For initiative.
Yeah, I'll just do them on the same initiative. Make life easier. That will be a 10 per place.
I could do a second one if you want. So.
Actually, yeah, give me a second initiative, just because. And that one will be a 1.
A 1?
A 1.
Alright, Chud, initiative when you're ready.
16.
Alright, Chud's up first.
Just in time.
Okay, so, boy, I will try and just move and then use my action to keep moving, get as far down as I can.
I mean, brings you in base with this guy, but
Alright.
Jump action.
Okay, that's my turn.
alright,
So as you come up on this person, she's got like a small violin, you would guess. Violin, mandolin, it makes music. It's not from
Viola.
one you're familiar with, but it's a little one. And she just kind of like stares at you, and she's just got these like completely emotionless eyes, and it's pretty clear that this is her means of expression right here. She is wearing leather armor that is very well cut. It's very flattering to the female figure, but there's nothing appealing about her at all because she looks almost like a statue, just completely emotionless.
alright, it is Raphael's turn. I'm just going to stay here and I'm going to firebolt the crossbow guy. That'll be a 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
Or 6 points of fire damage.
Points, okay. So you blast into him with the firebolt damage, and he just like, does you slap it out.
Alright, Akiko.
To run up and then I'm going to dash across to the guy that shot at me.
Okay.
But that's my my everything at that point.
And it is Quill and the Thug Stymo after that.
Okay, I am a +3.
Ooh, I got a +4.
Alright, get it.
So the crossbow guy is a +3?
Yes.
Okay.
These guys are different.
I am going to divert my attention away from the expressionless musical person and fire at the crossbow man. For an 18 to hit.
That is a hit, yes.
And another 11 points of damage.
The same one?
Yep.
No, crossbow guy.
Oh, that's the crossbow?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I meant I rolled the same
okay.
damage.
Alright. He's not too keen on this. He looks over at the other gal, and she just doesn't, no expression change at all, and she just raises her hand again. She will fire off another freezing ray. Is it freezing ray?
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost, thank you. Ray of Frost at, let's see. Well, actually, you're in base contact, so that would probably be very smart for her.
I mean, I was gonna say, I'm in direct line of sight with Raphael behind me.
Right, but both.
But she's
two
got
are in
Chud
there.
right on top of
yeah,
her,
true,
so I
yeah,
think
true.
that is her concern. Let's see. She is going to cast.
Vicious Mockery.
No, there's a spell I can't remember the name of. It's super fucking obvious, and I know it,
Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
but I can't remember if it's a bard spell or not.
Shocking Grasp. Vampiric Touch.
All the touch
Do you
spells.
have PHP? Well, I need to see what, I forgot to write up the bard. So I just need to see what spells the bard has access to, so I'm not cheating here and having her cast
Technically
fireball.
not cheating.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's the DM, your rule is law.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like to keep my rule within reason.
I think-
I am benevolent leader. Or something. Also apparently not written in the alphabet.
Well,
Use metal.
Boom, okay, cool. So she's gonna look at you, and she's gonna take her bow and run it across the strings in a dissonant tone, and she casts Thunder Wave. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
16, that'll pass.
Need to?
If you are within the 15-foot cube in front of her. So yes, give me a Constitution saving throw, as long as it doesn't hit the other guy.
No, because. Ooh, I will roll a natural 1 for a 6.
You don't have advantage on con saves? No.
Okay.
Dex saves.
So you got 16,
I
so
know
you
it's
pass.
there,
You'll
so-
take half damage, and you won't be moved backwards.
Yep.
You will take full damage, and you will be moved backwards 10 feet as the wave of thunder crashes out. 13 points total, so you will take 6, and you will
I will
take
take 6.
6, because you're raging, that's right.
For different reasons.
But there's just this cacophonous roar that echoes through the entire fucking sewer system that you guys have been in so far as this thunder wave goes off, because it emits sound from 300 feet, and it's loud. So loud, like deafening to your ears. Who is...
Well, the crossbow guy still needs to go.
He does, okay. But
I'm no longer
Akiko's
base
no longer
contact.
base contact, so he will reload and fire at you. Careful, there's a desk there, oh, table. Does a 9 hit?
No.
Didn't think so.
Just not right
Yes.
now, just wondering.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Who is after Thugs?
Whoever had the one
The second
initiative.
initiative, the
The
second
second bad
initiative?
guy initiative, yeah.
Okay,
You did them both at the same time. Unless you have a.
yeah, no, this is a different
Oh,
thing. I'm just doing mental math. Okay, I'm good. Who's next?
Initiative order after that.
Hey.
Akiko,
12!
Quill,
Are you concerned about the dogs?
What?
Chad,
16.
How are you going faster than me?
the Thugs.
There's the two that are out there are going on a 10, other is going on a 20.
Well, other is first this turn.
with Quill
Okay.
last.
See, you guys do not see or hear anything at this point, so, who is next?
After that, it is Quill.
I will continue to help Akiko by shooting Mr. Counter Shooty. 24 to hit.
That is definitely a hit.
Ooh, 5 points of
5
force
points
damage.
on crossbow dude.
Okay. I know you guys can't see anything, but having them on the initiative roll reminds me that they're there. So,
Yeah.
so crossbow guy takes 5 more, putting him at 2.
And then it is Chud.
Alright, I'm gonna activate my last fighting spirit
You've used 2 already?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
missed one
19.
at some point.
19 is a hit, I'm sorry.
On Bard. Yep.
Yes.
7 points of damage.
Okay. She flinches with the impact where you hit her, but again, her face doesn't really change in expression at all. It's a little unnerving. That should hurt.
Alright, Akiko, you're up.
Okay. Angry, I will basically rush forward towards the crossbow guy, raising the Tetsubo above my head and recklessly attacking him.
With the great sword master.
I am going to, yes, use Great Weapon Master. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit, actually. His armor class is 15. I had to think about that.
So I swing and I basically take like a chunk out of the stone floor in front of him.
Oof, balls.
That's scary.
Thugs are next.
It's like borderline intimidation worthy.
The thugs are next?
Yep.
Why is it that I'm always looking for something when it's supposed to be my turn to do something?
It's always the DM's turn to do
It
something.
is.
Yeah,
Always the
unfortunately.
game's turn to be looking for something. Oh shit. Guess not. Okay. Alright, so. The one that has the crossbow. Now looking at this guy, he's got, you would guess that he's either Alpamaran or maybe he's from Penja. He's got that kind of chocolatey, darker colored skin, but the really finely pointed nose. That kind of, both of those places tend to have that sort of trait. He's got jet black hair and little cute little brown eyes. But he doesn't really seem, like he seems ready to fight. Even though you are terrifying, half naked, clubbed, little horns pointing out of your forehead woman, he's ready to go. And so he will set the crossbow down, quickly obviously, and draw a scimitar, and there is little dangly bits off the end of the scimitar, and he will at you.
Alright.
In an aggressive fashion.
Aggressive fashion, Phil.
Sweet.
So a 21
That will hit.
and a 21.
Also hit.
Okay.
I mean, you did have advantage, so.
Oh, I didn't roll with advantage, but yeah, let's see. Okay, so either, they both still hit, but there's no crits. So you will take, let's see, from the first one, 3 plus 3 is 6, so you take 3 points. Second one is 9, so 4 points. So a total of 7 points of damage as he rakes his scimitar across you. And the wound's cut pretty deep, but you don't think his weapon is magical because they do just, they hurt, but you're not on fire, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Then the bard over here will also kind of seeing what the other one is doing. She takes her violin and she very neatly whips it into a case, and then she will pull her sword out and she will attack you as well. She also has a
You
scimitar.
mean him?
Him, sorry, as well, but she also has a scimitar. It's not the same style or nice one. This one's more of a falchion style. It doesn't have cool dangly bits on it. And because she sheathed her violin, I'm only giving her 1 attack. So does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
So you will take 8 points of slashing damage.
Alright. Is that it for the thugs?
That is it. For those two thugs, yes.
Raphael's up next. 20, 25, 30. I am going to spend a metamagic sorcery point to twin a spell. I'm going to cast Healing Word on Chud and Akiko.
Nice.
Righteous.
You both take 7.
Not bad.
And
That twin spell is pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
And I spend the sorcery point, but I only spend 1 spell slot, so that's nice. And it's initiative.
So you said the horns were out again?
Yes.
But
Just tiny little
conveniently-
pricks sticking out.
I was gonna say
But it's-
conveniently, we're far away and behind you.
And yeah. But where the horns are coming out, you're having less of an issue seeing because there's actually a small faint bit of light emitting from the horns. Basically from where the wound is opened up, there's 2 rings of light on your forehead.
Alright, Akiko, what's your
9.
Quill?
Oh, 20.
6.
6. Thugs?
The thugs, close, 7.
And other.
Other goes on 22.
Well, other is first.
Other is first, okay? Other abides.
Quill.
Um,
We all roll low. Except for other and Quill.
You're kind of in my way here. So I'm gonna like scooch up right behind you and like literally reach my arm over and just.
You can fire through friendly spaces.
It's more for the fun of it.
Natural 20. Who are you attacking?
I'm still hitting crossbow guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Something decent. Ooh!
Max damage.
Wow.
24.
24 points of shit. 24. Alright, so that brings him to 46 points
Nice.
of damage. He will actually drop to 1 knee and just kind of like yell out and be like, ah! Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but
Pretty good.
he's taking an arrow to the knee.
Alright.
Or a blast to the knee.
Say a magical
rather.
blast.
It's force damage. Akiko.
Alright.
Kill him.
Still just in a blinded rage, I will raise the Tetsubo above my head and bring it down.
Oh shit.
Shouldn't have that opportunity to brag on.
Plus 3 is 22.
That's it.
$30 points of damage.
Woo!
Meanwhile, I critted with max damage.
He also.
I know, he has a
It's
plus
on the
10.
rug, kitten's rug. So, you bring this thing down, and it's very nearly a brain splattering hit. But instead, he manages to turn to the side just at the right moment, and you just completely fucking crush and destroy his shoulder. He goes down like a sack of bricks, and he does not come back up.
Does he fall into the river? Well,
No, because he's already kneeling, so he'll basically just fall to her feet.
oh yeah, that's right, okay.
Alright. And then just yell out, and I'm going to leap across the water. And then, like, as I'm going up into the air, bring the Tetsubo and just comes crashing down towards
The bar.
the,
Take an
the
extra
bar.
attack.
His
Alright.
bonus action drops.
Somebody.
So, 22 to hit.
That's a hit. Hacks.
At advantage, so.
Yeah. So 9 and 18 is 27. 27 points of damage.
40. Okay. Shit. Whose turn is it?
Well, that was Akiko's. Is
So
the bar still
Come
standing?
down and You come down with your weapon, you smash into her, and she just takes this poof blow to the chest, and she just hits. And you guys see the first bit of emotion on her face. It's a little bit of fear. A little bit. This is not expected. Flying green demon lady.
Alright, that actually brings us to the thugs next.
Okay. She will use her action to disengage and move 3 squares back towards the down corridor.
I still get an attack.
Okay, go for it.
17.
That's a hit.
Alright, so she does not move
Right, for the sense.
Okay.
for 10 points of damage.
Points. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she will bonus action. She will cast Healing Word on her buddy there. So he will.
that's so nice.
So he will heal for 5 points.
The one who was dead?
The one who was down. Yeah. Well, you didn't do double damage. Like double the hit points. There, the person's not dead.
Oh, so he's just unconscious there now then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's conscious now with 5 hit points, but he won't be up yet. But basically, he's a leveled person. So.
Okay.
Who is after the thugs?
Well, I guess that depends on if you want him to be able to take his action this turn.
I'm gonna go with he will use his whole turn basically just to stand up
Okay.
Oh,
Chad next.
because he is healed for 5 points but disoriented AF because he just got clobbered.
21
To hit, that's a hit.
for 8 points of damage.
On the bar.
On the bar.
3. Okay. So you cut into her and she's starting to look a little panicked, like she needs to back away and get out of here. And she is not looking good.
Alright. So that brings it to Raphael, taking the bottom of the round. I think I'm going to do one more sorcery point to do another twin spell. This time I'm just going to do Firebolt, and I'm going to attack both of them.
One each?
One at each.
Okay.
So this will be the Bard first. That's only going to be a 9 to hit. And no. I think I'm going to try and use Favored. I think it's a
Faye thing?
racial
Yeah.
Aasimar thing. I can add to it. 9 could be plus 13.
Not quite, they're
Not
almost
quite.
15.
Okay.
Because they're a teensy bit tougher than the other one.
Yeah. And on the second guy. Jesus, same roll 2 times in a row. And it's both. Yep.
That is bullshit.
And it'll be initiative after that.
Damn.
14.
Quill,
22.
Chad, Thugs.
20 for thugs, 9 for other.
Alright, Quill's first.
Go.
Well, seeing that this dude just got up and feeling very confident about that Eldritch Blast, I'm just gonna kind of pass. Get another one. Oh, that's a 9.
That's, you got 9s too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
At least you guys are consistent.
Consistently disappointing.
Ooh.
He went there. I was just trying to be positive.
I
Alright,
know.
Quill, you doing anything else?
No.
Alright, Thugs are next.
Thugs.
Kick the ground.
Alright, the bard is going to rub her hands together and she's going to go, she's gonna clap and she casts Thunder Wave on the 2 of you in front. So I need Constitution saving throws for both of you. I see 15.
It's natural 20 for 25.
Very nice. 8. Okay.
So technically they're both still gonna take half,
Half
just
damage,
because
yeah.
of the raging, yeah.
So 9 points
We can
total.
put Steve back over in
You'll
front of
each
that.
take 4.
Thank you.
Hey, I wanted to be here anyway.
I'm just thinking of it like you're still in midair when the Thunderwave hits and you just get kind of blasted
Oh, yeah.
back.
Alright, and the both of them are going to attempt to run down the corridor, so you guys will both get attacks of opportunity.
Is the other one not gonna disengage?
Yeah, actually, he'll take his action to disengage.
No. Damn it.
Miss.
Okay, so both of them down the hall. Maximum movement. He action disengage, so he will bonus action dash, and she action cast a spell.
So
So she just runs her. She would just move her 6.
Yeah. And then is it what, difficult through here?
Through the watery parts, yeah.
I mean, it's almost all watery parts
Yeah.
through here, so they're basically kind of both in the entryway there. So that's all they're doing?
Yep.
Alright, Akiko is next.
Fucking pissed.
Oh, these motherfuckers keep running away.
I'm going to leap back across. And unfortunate for her, she is the first one that I would actually get to.
Okay.
So reckless, great weapon master. 18.
That's a hit, yes, because our class is 15.
10, 28 points of damage to her.
Okay. So she goes down, and she will actually fall into the water, which will sloosh her towards the center pool here, basically.
They were basically right next to each other. Oh, I guess you're off to this side.
For
And I
funsies,
had one more bit of movement left, so.
is she face down in the water or face up?
She was running away when she got hit, so I will say that she is face down in the water.
Drowning.
And 22 on the other guy.
So that is also a hit.
8, 26 points of damage.
He will also go down.
So I will basically leap across the water, run over to her, smash her into the wall, and then just swing back around and cleave it.
Jesus. Alright. Has other gone this turn?
Not yet.
Okay.
They are actually next.
Okay. So
So
you
there's now
guys.
2 face down corpses floating to them.
Hooah! Not sure who's screaming.
Who you calling a hooah?
Hooah!
A marine.
We have some boots.
I know, right? Dude, did we just stumble onto a cult?
There's a party going on.
For real, though.
And as you guys come into the room,
Well, if we're still on initiative order, there's no Alsby coming to the room.
well, he would have come basically into the entryway, right, when you attacked the other two?
Yeah, I'm just like right in the thing
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So what you see is this woman at the far back of the room, and she is wearing very nice clothes. They are all black or some dark shade of brown, it looks like. From this distance, it's kind of hard to tell. They do have 2 braziers set up each in a corner of the room here that emit light out. And she's got very nice, dark, somewhat curly hair. She's definitely a Venice woman. She looks almost exactly like the woman that was in the pictures, the paintings that you saw at the house, at the loft area there.
Oh, that's good. I was worried that was the bar.
There are 2 ladies that you would guess by trade are ladies of the night. And then 2 rather thuggish looking men there as well. And there is sitting here in the middle a Venetian man who is tied to a chair, and on the back of the chair there is a large rock, like a small boulder, basically. Not the, but you know.
Makes more sense.
Does he have shaggy hair?
His hair is, it looks like it may have been well kept at one point, but it is currently matted with blood and parts of his scalp are exposed where it's been pulled. His hair has been pulled out. He is clearly not doing well. But that is your turn. Yes? Who is next?
Other. So,
Other?
Right.
She'll say, that's enough. Stop it. And she will do this, and the two thugs will come over and basically fish the bodies out of the water.
Who currently has Felito's coin? Is it still me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
if that's all they're doing, it is Raphael's turn.
Okay.
So, I guess Raphael is just going to 30. I can make it there. I guess see what's going on. All right, Chud.
Okay, I'm gonna drink a potion real fast. For 8 hit points. And then I'll move 30 to be on the left of Ichiro. Akiko? Ichiro just
You can-
Big Mariners thing.
Sports ball.
Either
Like,
be
so
right
that-
here, or you can move one up next to Raphael.
Next to Raphael's fine.
Yeah, because that would put him at 25.
And it'll be initiative after that.
Wow. 9.
Quill.
10.
21.
Are there any thugs left that you need?
No, just put me down for 15. 15.
Okay. So Chud is first.
Okay, I'll move into the room on the right.
5, 10, 15, 20. You can basically just
Yeah.
get right there.
Okay, then I will chug another potion. For 8. Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
31.
That brings us to Raphael next. Basically make it here. And it is other.
Okay. So she's still kind of sitting on this. It's not a throne. It's basically it's a chair that's actually pretty similar to the one that the guy is sitting in, but she'll basically rise up to a standing position and she'll address the group. Like, what are you people doing in here? You don't belong in my sewers. Why are you in here killing my people? What have we done to you?
I guess normally on initiative order we respond on.
There's not really
Or
a
you want?
There's not really a combat thing. Until someone goes to make an aggressive movement, we'll take it off initiative.
Okay.
So does that mean I have...
You can catch up.
Yeah.
True.
Do you want to stay on initiative for your rage?
Yes.
Okay, well then I guess
That's
we're still on
perfectly
initiative.
fine.
That's reasonable, I suppose. So who is after other?
After other, it is Quill.
Alright.
Close the way the fuck back there.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. You know my fancy little cape? We're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. We're gonna Misty Step here with one use of my cape.
Because he hates water, especially wet water.
Open it up over there.
I love that video so fucking much.
15's half my movement,
You
which
get air,
means I
put
would
it in. It's
have,
not
what,
dry
10
anymore,
feet
is
of climbing
So
left.
is water ready? Take
So
it out
I
of water.
basically have enough to get right around Akiko. I would have heard her say that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She has
Like
a
even
very
from all the way back here.
She's
Yeah, 'cause I
got
wasn't-
a very commanding voice, and she is making sure that all of you hear this. Plus, this particular chamber is a lot rounder than I had walls for. This is basically some kind of cistern / pool where it goes deep down, and it is a rounded bottom that goes up to a rounded top. So the
Okay.
acoustics in here are on fleek.
I'm not gonna do anything. I will hold my action if someone tries to come at me, like hostile-like, and shoot at them, but otherwise I'm not gonna do
So you're
anything.
preparing an Eldritch Blast?
And yeah, in
Okay.
case people come at me.
Okay. So your hands kind of flicker a little bit with the light, but you gotta
That's it.
keep an eye out.
Alright, Akiko. You're up.
You could say I'm up on the wall if it's convenient for you.
It ends up being the same.
I come right here. I'm like, you attack us and then expect us to stand down? I'm charging forward.
Okay.
I had to dash, so.
So you can't attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am aggressively moving up to the one that's the closest, so.
Okay.
Would you have lost your rage at that point?
Not until the end of the round. So if they
Oh,
attack
okay,
me, then
yeah,
I'm good.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's the end of the round.
Oh.
That's okay.
It's
I
initiative.
have 2 more rages left today.
Sorry, babe.
Akiko,
6.
Quill,
15.
15,
7.
7.
20.
Alright, she's first.
Which one of you is in charge? Tell your warrior to stand down. We can talk this out. It's not going to end well for you if you don't.
Akiko, hold back for a second.
Hold on,
Let's-
we're still on initiative order.
True.
You can't.
True. Yep.
Just,
That's perfectly fine.
If we're on
Nope.
this, then
So for
I guess at
engagement,
this point, since I've already lost the rage, if you guys really want to move out of initiative, then that's completely up to you guys.
it's fine. I mean, this is you playing true to your character, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
For mechanical reasons, though, I will say that the thug here is basically gone fully defensive, so that gives him what +2 to AC or something like that.
Disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, so he's basically picked up the body and he's in a defensive position because his boss said we're not fighting right now. So I'm gonna pick
Okay.
up this wet person.
so Raphael is next on initiative order.
Okay.
Raphael definitely assumes he's the leader of the group, so.
It's okay. I think all of us actually just assume that we are the
In
leader of the
charge.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Each and every single one of you is like, yeah, I'm running things here. These are my minions.
It's really.
It's facing this way, though.
that would be me. I am in charge here, and we're here for Felito.
This dirt bag? Well, I guess it's not my turn.
I mean, it's gonna be easier to drop it, I think.
Okay.
If we're gonna have like proper conversation.
Yeah.
So,
What do you want with him? What is your claim to him?
funnily enough, it's just returning something to him. But he seemed like he was in danger when we came across his abode.
He is definitely in danger.
Um,
You are not wrong there.
pray tell, may I ask what he did to slight you?
He slighted me by killing my sister. And refusing to fix the situation when he has the means. And she just kind of like
Go ahead and
glares
do
at
an
him.
insight check and see if she actually believes that he killed the sister. Not that I'm good at insight.
And what do you mean the means?
9.
9. She seems pretty fucking convinced that it is either he did it or that he is somehow at fault.
Okay.
What do you mean he has the means to fix this?
He's already told us that he spoke with a demon.
And I will slowly
these-
scoot closer as I talk.
In what way?
He made a deal with a demon.
To do
That
what?
he would never lose his inspiration for art and for creating. And then my sister just happens to die the next day. So I told him that he has to summon this demon again and reverse this, or he dies. And I find the demon myself and kill him too.
We're not sure.
Felito at this point, by the way, appears completely unconscious.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up to him, and then I promise not to untie him.
Don't untie him and don't kill him. I'm not done with him yet.
We just need to touch him with the coin.
Which
What coin?
Were you saying that in character?
We really just need to boot a snoot.
Yeah. I mean, man, like seriously, like you can do what you want to do. Obviously, this dude killed your sister or had something to do with your sister's death, but we're on a mission from God. Okay.
Oh god. Which god?
Also-
There's multiple.
I
All we need
disagree.
to do, that's a Blues Brothers reference, I'm sorry. All we gotta do is right up to this guy and touch him with one of these coins, and our job is done. And then we can leave.
What's in the coin?
This, I believe it's this dude's soul.
Like, okay, you just kind of spilled the whole.
At no point in
So
time.
which
have I-
one of you, and she draws both of her daggers.
I don't-
Which one of you is the demon?
Point in time do
None
I
of
know
us
Well,
are-
he's got horns.
aren't they beginning to retract since you're out of
I
rage?
don't know.
I am the
It's
leader.
a
That's up
slow
to the
process.
Yeah, that's why I
I
said
am the
beginning.
leader of the group, so.
Are you the
feel-
leader? Because he said he's the leader.
Well, I mean, he's a core leader.
I don't think we've ever established any form of leadership. I think we simply work
Oh, that's
together.
pretty clear. That's
Yes.
pretty clear. I need you to step away from him.
But
And she basically draws blades. I just kind of tighten up on the Tetsubo and move toward, just kind of like start walking towards her.
Okay. The mediums
So-
are forward.
We're not sure who this demon is exactly, but we do know that this coin is basically holds the soul that was his contract.
And how did you come by it?
The
Did you make a
pers-
contract too?
No, but the person who brokered the contract wants to. I know he hadn't heard from the demon, I guess, and we've been entrusted to give people these souls back for their contracts.
Another way to put it is he gave us the burden of returning their souls, and we find
Because
ourselves
the
in
demon
this.
never came to actually collect.
Yeah. But he wanted nothing to do with it.
So,
If it makes you feel better, we're as confused as you.
I think that we're using the same words that mean the different things. This person made a deal with a demon, a crossroads demon,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whose patron demon never came to collect the souls. You're saying that the demon that he dealt with was the middleman.
Correct.
Yeah.
Precisely, actually.
How do you come by the souls?
Us personally, or yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not going to make any difference here. We have a box that
Special boss.
only dishes out a coin that contains the soul one at a time, so we won't even be able to get into it or get another one until
We
we
return.
give Felito's his.
How much do you know about this box?
Not much.
Actually, nothing. It gives us a coin.
It gives you a coin, you find a person, you give them back the coin,
They
they get their soul back.
We don't even have to give them the coin. We merely have to touch them with it.
No, you can keep the coin if you want.
Oh, it's a gold piece, it's a gold piece, I suppose.
Now, I would say in your interest, I'm not sure what returning his soul would benefit for you.
Oh, it benefits me none at all. It matters if my sister's soul is in that box. The dead rogue starts playing.
I know, right?
It's possible.
No, stop.
Like, I don't know, like, what the deal was that he made and how and why. I mean, if he
Stop
did,
music.
I pushed the stop button like 3
Close
times.
the program.
Guys, I'm clicked on sewers and it keeps playing music. But anyway.
but like, if he did, as you say, kill your sister for his inspiration, then I have no care what happens to him. I would like to give him his soul, at least just so we could move on with our business.
I don't think that he actually did the act. I actually believe that he loved my sister.
I think so too, based on the paintings I've seen that he made.
But the deal that he made cost her her life.
I don't think he knew that's what was going to happen, though.
I mean, making a deal like that, he should be
He is
aware.
an idiot, so.
But
I can't disagree with that.
If we give him this coin, not that it would make a difference to what happens to him in the afterlife, soul or no soul, I think the same thing will happen either way. But it could potentially help on the off chance, it could help your sister. Like, if something happened that way, I don't know. I don't know how deep this magic runs.
But you are a magic user, and
Yes.
so are you.
Yes.
No, I'm
And-
not.
I am. Not that one.
Then what are these?
Horns.
You're not a tiefling.
Akiko, what are those horns?
You have horns?
They're about probably like
Yeah.
3/4 inch, maybe an inch out of her forehead.
Well, we'll have to talk about this later.
That's
I'm
not.
just kind of point my weapon at her. I was like, this is going to happen one of two ways.
Okay.
I'm going to kill you, then touch the coin to him, and then you don't get your prize. Or you let us get the coin to him, we're on our way, and then you can get on with your business.
I propose a third option. You tell me where you're staying. I let you touch the coin to Felito and return his soul or whatever it is. And I keep the body and the soul. And if my sister's name shows up on one of your coins, you leave word wherever you're staying so that I can find out. Because I want that coin.
Well, if I understand this right, she probably wouldn't get a coin because I don't think it was her soul that
Yeah,
was
if
taken.
she never made a deal, then I don't know if she'd have a coin.
I would like to believe that. But there's a demon involved and my sister's dead.
That's
And none of you understand this contraption that you're working with or that you're bound to.
I can't make you any promises that we'll be in town forever, but we can promise you that if we come across her name on a coin, we'll definitely get a hold of you, or at least send word.
Because we would need to find her to
Yeah.
return it anyway. And if she is interred or buried somewhere,
She is.
we
Well-
would need to.
I would think that if we had to return her soul, she wouldn't be dead at the time. I don't know. I don't fully understand death and souls.
The Tabaxi starts stroking his beard.
Just kind of,
It's
gets lost in
mysterious.
thought about that.
Well, I have a feeling that you would be able to find out where we are staying fairly easily. So I am okay with option 3.
I mean, it's pretty
What
much
about you,
just-
Horned One?
I really want to just smash you.
Whoa! Horny on me.
Be that as it may. It doesn't seem like this is the appropriate time or place. You've already gotten to smash more people than deserved it.
Well, they shouldn't have been attacking people.
You shouldn't have been in the sewers.
Neither should you.
Yes, we should. We're thieves. This is what we do.
Well, then don't steal people, because that's how we got here.
We're not usually in the business of stealing people, but this one we made an exception for.
And
Well, if you.
well, what I was gonna say
cats have made that
probably
noise,
would have
so-
been instigating, so there's no sense in doing that.
Quill, you still have the coin, correct?
Yeah, would you like it?
Either give it to me or touch
Let
it
me
to
do it.
Felito.
It doesn't matter who does it, does it?
I'll pass it off to you since I'm.
I wanna do
It's just
another
so
in-
weird. Who does it, doesn't
I want to do another insight check and see if she's actually going to, because
Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you on that one.
16,
Okay.
I don't know. Just seems like
7.
7.
And I rolled an 8.
You get that there's a bit of an ulterior motive. It doesn't seem malicious, it's more of a curiosity. She wants to see that coin. Because he said it turns into a gold piece after it's done. But it somehow has a soul, so how is it different than any other coin?
So,
Just a vessel.
understandably, and I'm sure you don't trust us either, I don't fully trust you,
Mm-hmm.
but if you like, since you're curious, do you want to stand up towards them together and you can see what happens?
I think that's reasonable. And so basically she'll stand up, she'll sheath both her daggers, some other time perhaps. And she'll walk past you towards Felito.
So I'll move up to Felito since she asked me to back away and I did.
Let's see if I
When
can
she's
convince
ready, I
Akiko
will
to stay
press the
25
coin.
feet back.
Yeah.
Just enough to still.
So she'll hold her hand up and be like, turn it over.
Okay, I flipped the coin.
Basically it's the same on both sides, it says
Yeah.
like the name. Alright, do it.
I press it against his forehead, I guess, since he's kind of unconscious.
It kind of sticks there a little bit because there's a lot of blood and smush on his face. And there's a flash of light, and then the coin kind of peels away, and it's just a blank coin. Doesn't have any kingdom stamp on it, it's just a round gold disc. He doesn't appear to react in much of a way. There's a slight glow around him, and then it sucks in almost and fades
Okay.
to where it's no longer visible to you. And now the coin is blank, and the unconscious man has a soul again.
She is more than welcome to have that coin as we are done with it.
Yeah, that's basically all it does.
She'll basically just snatch it out of the air as it falls off of his forehead.
I'll step back.
She kind of inspects it again. So it really is just magic.
Yeah.
Some kind of who knows what.
Demonic would be my guess.
I mean, the other soul that we returned was to an unborn baby, so like this is kind of beyond our comprehension.
So you touched it to the mother?
Yes.
Interesting. That does beg the question of how the coins affect life and death, is with the belief that some people have that children aren't alive until they're born.
I don't think the coin so
I'm
much
gonna
as
slide a hand the box out of his bag so I can tap it.
Okay, make a perception.
Yeah, I have to roll a natural 20,
oh my god.
just so you know.
No. Oh.
Total of 17.
No, my god.
I mean, I could use lucky, but
What's
I mean,
the odds
sure,
of you
why
getting
not?
a 20?
why not?
Oh,
A 1 in 20.
Thank you.
What are the odds? Never told me. I'll just use 1 just in case. Natural 1.
Wow.
So I don't notice that.
Alright. I mean, what a way to...
I mean, I was planning on getting the box out like soon anyway.
See what the next coin says.
Okay, you pop the box and it spits out a coin, and it has a name on it. As most of the coins so far have.
I was about to say, it'd be weird.
Scrolling through my notes real quick.
It says Quill on it.
Oh, that's an easy one.
The real question is, when did I lose it?
You think you would notice that, right?
Hey, the packs I've made didn't involve souls. I mean, what?
What?
Well, I'm guessing it's not the sister.
It appears to be a male name, yes.
That finder.
Probably wasn't expecting us to look at it
Yet.
yet.
Sorry.
In the midst of.
Well, it was also a matter of scrolling through the notes and figuring out what it was. So, the name that comes up on the coin is Rolf. Rolf von Steen. Stein.
Oh, we're going north.
Pretty
Von
fun.
Stein.
But
Does that
give you the box back.
does it feel lighter? Or I mean, does it feel any different?
Is it?
It's never rattled.
Oh, okay.
Is your sister's name Ralph?
My sister's name is Minette.
Cool.
Alright, hi.
Close. There's one letter that matches.
Well, the next coin is not your sister.
I do apologize for the unnecessary bloodshed we've caused.
Let's see, who was on duty tonight? So you've killed 3 of my people.
Yes?
Probably some of our rats.
They're your rats. They are-
Some. Definitely just
They were cultivated.
some.
Of sorts. Very well. I will keep Felito.
Okay.
You people are free to go on your way. And I'd appreciate it if you kept this particular location to yourselves.
Fair
Out
enough.
of my own personal curiosity, do you plan on releasing or killing him?
I have
There's
yet
a
to
boulder
decide.
tied to his chair. I'm
I
sure.
did just
Point here though, what name should we put down for the note to be delivered to? Since I don't think you want, the stinkers.
Yes, it would be a bit inappropriate. Put down Graziella.
Graziella?
My name is Graziella.
Alright. Well, you have my word that if Minette's name comes up on the coin, we will let you know.
So the faster you find these people, the faster a new coin comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it only gives you one coin at a time.
Correct.
And we have no idea how many are in here.
Now, I'm going to assume none of us are lawful good.
No.
No.
Alright.
That's a pretty safe assumption. I mean, in most D&D parties, honestly.
I mean, lawful good, it's kind of hard to really be in a group with.
Yeah.
With anyone that's not.
I've been playing D&D for like 13 years or some shit like that at this point. I have played one lawful good character. And that was because she was my first character, and I was not very good at it. It was my paladin.
Yeah.
She says, well, in order to expedite this process, because you don't know how many are coming out, if you leave me a note with the names, I'll get you what information I can on any of the future ones that come out. I don't recognize Rolf
Von
Von Stein. There's no... That's what that's so... It's not Dwarven. Rhinelander?
It sounds Rhineland.
Like a Rhinelander name? There aren't any... Well... There's only one Rhinelander, I guess, but his name isn't Rolf, or if it is, it isn't anymore. There's a simpleton that lives in the town that he got dumped off here a few years back.
That's actually a good.
I guess it's as good a place to start as any. Where does he reside or
He's usually in the
frequent?
main square. He helps he helps carry things. He does simple work. Like I said, he's not. He took a rather nasty blow to the head at some point and never got
Recovered.
back. Yes. I like your armor.
Yeah, it's pretty red.
It is pretty red.
I still have Armor of Agathis active too.
It's a
How
little
long does that
spiky.
last?
An hour. Yeah.
Yeah. I still got 4 HP left on it. And I'm still missing 2 max health.
She keeps eyeballing you.
Make my boobs dance.
Do the Terry dance. Terry hates being into the supermarket.
You can bounce cherries off those things.
Cherries off the Terry.
I am really glad she let us go. This is out of character because I had suggestion ready and that's why I was scooting up.
Scooch, 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 scooch.
I mean, I still had 3 second level spell slots and stuff, so I could have.
Out of my
We're doing
2
alright.
spell slots, I had 1 left.
I had 2 rages left for today. That's good.
Yeah. And I still had 2 sorcery points, so I could have done some
Nice.
work.
Or just giving yourself another
But
spell
either
slot.
way, just
Yeah.
kind of give her the side eye, stink eyes.
Jiggle your titties at her? Okay.
Yeah, as we're leaving, right? We're not going to just kind of stand here and keep staring at one another.
Raphael, do you wish for a quick exit?
Well, I'd say we should all leave as a group, just to be on the safe side.
I'll be on the wall. I do not like the water.
Is the bard on the left or the right?
The bard is on
on
this
right.
side, opposite of you.
Never mind. We're just gonna take the violin.
You guys just want to start a band?
Yeah, I don't have an instrument to play. I'll just sing.
I think I'm
Go
supposed to.
violins, you get more violins.
I thought you were proficient in drums.
You lose 20 XP, that was bullshit.
Oh, I missed it. Damn it.
He said violins beget violins.
Alright, so I guess, if there's,
As I walk by the guy that's holding the bard, can I shove him into the pool?
Make a grapple check.
Oh. Oh, I got a 9.
Oh my.
Okay, he got an 8, but he is fully defensive. So he gets a +2, right? So that puts him at a 10. So he like
No, defensive
stumbles
is
a little
just
bit.
disadvantage on attack rolls.
It's kind of an attack roll. He'll stumble, okay, but he doesn't fall in. And he just kind of like grunts and then looks up at the boss, and the boss is like,
I'm like a foot shorter than he is.
"What would you just shoulder check the motherfucker?"
Syndrome.
Alright. You guys make your way out of the sewer. Past the smashed bodies of the humans that you
Oh,
killed.
everything.
Yeah.
And the rats.
We only killed some of the rats.
That's true. That's true.
That's what she
To be
thinks.
fair, they instigated the attack.
Oh yeah, they did. I feel zero remorse.
The water level seems to be rising a bit, and you guys kind of get the feeling that they maybe don't use this as a hideout when the tide is in,
Yeah.
because
I don't know about the rest of them, but I can get out of here either way.
I'm fine. But you guys make your way out. You're all very grubby at this point, but you guys
Yes.
want to head back to the inn? Do you want to get on a ship and leave town? What do you want to do?
Oh, I think
I will eyeball the ship. Is there one leaving port?
Look. Not at the moment, because tide's coming in.
Do we for sure need to head north? I'm not really sure where we're going for this one.
Well, you also have to
Like
think
archaeologists.
about like how far this guy has traveled. We don't know if he,
Well, so far it's 2 for 2 in town.
yeah. So at the very least, we should
Search
cross
here
off
again.
that they're not here.
No, that's a valid point. That stands to reason.
But our clothes are a mess. We're a mess.
I do have
Yeah.
prestidigitation. I can
So we
clean
should
this up.
head to the inn.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we can still do that.
You just have to cost it quite a few times to clean up everybody,
That's fine.
but you can.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get rid of the smell.
No, but it'll make us look neater.
What, prestidigitation?
It'll get rid of
Yeah.
some.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll do
so-
everything.
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
I
a
just
fucking
like the
Tide
ship
Pod
cleaning
and stuff.
inside and losing everything.
But yeah, no, all this as soon as we're all out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I need you to give me an intelligence check. Or history.
History. It's the same.
History.
10 or 11, sorry.
11. It's pretty prominent, so I'll give it to you anyway. The von Steens are a pretty fucking prominent family in Rhineland.
Okay.
They are, they're not the royal family, but that is definitely a household name there, if that makes sense.
Okay. Fascinating. Oh,
Maybe not a king or a queen, but like a rook or a bishop.
well, I don't know if it's if he's related to the same Monsteins, but they're a fairly prominent family in Rhineland. We've, like in my dealings in the courts, you know, their names have come up a lot.
Seems like at the moment you might have the most information then, or at least most access.
So she gave us a direction to go?
There's a Rhinelander who does work around the town square, grunt work, like lifting stuff. Took a blow to the head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she said he had a head injury.
Might as well head there then.
Yeah, since we're all kind of cleaned up. So what time of day?
Yeah,
is
that's what I was
it?
about to ask.
It's still probably pretty early. I'd say it's probably 10, 11 o'clock. It didn't take you very long to get in there and
They
do
just
things.
started morning shift and got wrecked. Oh, what a day for work.
Well, that's how D&D works, right? You
Yeah,
rest for
pretty
8 hours, you do stuff for 15 minutes, you rest for 8 hours. You're basically cats.
Yeah.
As we walk to the town square, can we count that as a short rest? Bistro.
If you guys take your time and you get cleaned up and everything, basically just stop at maybe a cafe or a meat stand or something.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we'll do a short rest on the way there.
So I'll get favored back.
For my 2 maximum health thing, is that long term, short term?
You need to get your shit checked.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought.
Sounds like we need less restoration.
Probably. Which one of
Until
us
the disease
might
is
have.
cured, the
Okay,
target
so-
cannot regain hit points except by magical means.
Ooh.
So no resting won't help. Potions would, spells would.
God, I didn't lose any health in that fight.
Yeah. And the target's hit point maximum decreases by 1d6 every 24 hours.
Oof.
If the target's hit point maximum drops to 0 as a result of this disease, the target dies.
Damn.
So get your shit checked.
So at the moment, I'm not
I mean,
fully aware.
1d6 every
You need some
24 hours
penicillin.
might take a while for,
It to actually,
level.
Yeah.
but if you were first level, you could die.
Because I'm at 41 with 39 with the reduction right
Yeah,
now, but
that's
I'd
pretty
say
good.
probably tomorrow I'll realize there's something wrong.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning and you don't feel any better.
In fact, I feel slightly worse. Yeah.
Alright,
Plus, he might actually know if he. No, because you.
we're doing a,
So you-
And because I have
Short
armor and
rest.
I get this, I
Yeah,
just
use
assume
the hit
that's
die?
I will
fine.
use a couple hit die just to,
Pick up my one spells like that.
so.
As we're walking,
I did exactly what I
chewing on
See you,
a meat
Max.
stick, I hand you a
Ooh,
chunk of meat.
thank you.
Right.
You kind of blip a little bit.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure I can taste it and smell it.
And unless anyone has serious objections, I would like to call it here for the night.
Okay,
Give me a little bit more time to prepare for the next session.
yeah.
Next time.
You were about to, yeah. That's kind of what I was expecting.
Level 5.
I don't know level 5, but let's see how much XP you guys get.